What's up, Burke fam? I am Steve, and I am hashtag Team No Sleeves today for our Thursday night chat. I'm excited to be hanging out. I'm excited to talk comics and, just do that Morphin thing. All right, we got a bigger panel this week than normal, and I'm excited about it. I'm going to go ahead and start bringing in my guest. First up, he hasn't been on my channel in a while, but we got Robert Flash6792. What's up, man?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Dude, I am doing well. I like that hat. I like it.
Yeah.
Boom. Next up, we got Mark from Legion of Comics. What's up, dude?
What's going on? How you doing?
Dude, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Next up, we got Ryan, the new guy. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Dude, I'm doing well. How are things in Texas?
A little chilly, surprisingly.
Oh, man.
That probably warm to all you northerners, but we've been in the 50s for 2 days, so we're all cold.
I gotcha. And my last guest is one of my best friends. He's a Kansas boy. We got Adrian Pandawesome316. What's up, man?
What up? How's everybody doing tonight?
Dude, we are doing well, man. We are doing well. I'm excited to be hanging out with you guys, man. This is the last Thursday night chat for 2020. That's crazy. That is crazy. Me and Ryan kicked it off at the beginning of the year. It was just him and I. And I had like 450 subscribers, and Ryan didn't even have a channel. And now here we are. Things changed in a year. Really quick before we move on, I do want to say thank you to my channel members. In a family tier, we got Legion of Comics. Thank you, Mark. To Cover Collector, Mike V, DJ Links, Deep Dive Comics, Robert Flash6792. Thank you. Comic Book Poser, Selman Collectible Lounge, and Kedrano Prince, who just dropped a video today. A lot of my members dropped a video today. Make sure you check them out. And thank you to my friend tier. We got Coco Love Chevy. And thank you to my supporter tier as well. And Panda is one of the supporter tiers as well. And thank you to our sponsor of our Thursday night chat. We got comic book _pressing on Instagram. Protect your comic book investment for as little as $10. Our president of Eric for comic book _pressing. And make sure you use my promo code BURK54 to get free shipping back to you. I actually just sent him my TMNT Adventures #1 to be pressed before it goes to CGC to be found by Eastman. So I'm hoping that bad boy comes back in a very nice grade. And Mark, didn't you say you just sent some books off to him too?
Yeah, he's got 5 of my books. He
Nice.
just got them in. The first appearance of the Crow, both first appearances of Gambit, the 1 in 25 Robin King, and something else. Oh, Savage She-Hulk #1.
Nice. All right, we got some people in chat. Let's say hi to everyone.
Yeah.
I'm going to start at the top, and then I'll work my way down. Mark Spector Comics was here early. What's up? Ruby G, what's up, dude? The Cover Collector, hello. Magic Lasso, hello. Robert is up in the chat. What's up, dude? Mark is up in the chat as well. Austin, dude, what's up, man? How are you? Dude, I'm gonna try not to get off subject until I get down here. Remind me that I have something to say about Star Wars. Kedrano Prince, what's up, man? How are you? B. Ramey, what's up? Ryan's here. Bearded Comic Bro. Panda.
Penda.
What's up, Greg?
I think that's it. All right. Are you guys excited about The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 8 tomorrow? The finale.
Mm-hmm.
Finale. Man,
I'm staying up tonight to watch it.
you're going to stay up tonight to watch? I guess you only got, like 3 hours, so.
Yeah, I probably won't make it, man. Having kids, it's already late in my mind. I'm tired.
Yeah. I just put my daughter to sleep. Hey, Matt, Mrs. Flash 6792. Hello. Nice. Thank you for joining us. How's everyone doing? Are we excited for the weekend? Because I could not be more excited about not having to do anything. I'm tired of work, tired of school, and I just want to relax.
Yeah.
Not when you work on the weekends.
You work on the weekends?
Yeah.
Oh man, darn it! It's midnight, right? Doesn't it drop at midnight? So like,
Normally.
it drops an hour before Central Time because obviously we'd have to wait a little bit later. Really quick, I want to do this real quick. Make sure you check out my 2,000 subscriber giveaway. I'm giving away these two guys. All you got to do is just go to the video and comment and be a subscriber. So make sure you check that out. And I think we're to the part of the show where we show off what books we grabbed this week. Thought it was
I think they drop at midnight at Pacific time, which is 4 a.m. for Eastern or 3 a.m.
Okay. I don't know.
So I'll definitely be in bed.
Yeah, that'd be like 3 a.m. your time. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna go first with the book that I grabbed this week. Here we go. Okay, I got since I'm giving away that Ronin for my 2,000 subscriber giveaway. You know, I had to replace it. So now I got two. Hold on, we got another guest. First time he's ever been on my channel. This might be the first time I've ever seen him on anyone's channel. Yahweh 2045. What's up, man?
What's up, guys?
Hey,
What's up, dude?
The man with the most impressive
boy
pool
Sean
table.
right there. What's up?
What's going on? This is an honor. It truly is, man. I appreciate it, Bert and everybody.
Yeah, man. How are you doing, dude?
Doing good. Like I don't even have a camera set. I'm just on my phone. So
It's all good, man. I'll tell you what. I got 1,700 subscribers. I shoot all my videos on my phone. So
okay.
Mhm.
Make
There
me
you
feel
go.
better than
we're about to show off our new comic book day books that we grabbed this week. So I don't know if you want to grab yours real quick, and you can go last, and we'll just show off everything. I don't know how long you're planning on staying, but I'd love to have you the whole show if you want.
Okay.
Cool.
Let's see if I get this straight up. Hold a second. It's gonna be
Cool. All right, I'm gonna show off my books real quick here. All right. So this was like the only cover that was like they really had. They only had like two covers. It was either this or the what is it called? Like the sketch cover. So I just got this cover, and it is Power Rangers #2. This is a legacy numbering variant because it goes with the Mighty Morphin. So they labeled it 59. And then I read that in digital form. Hey, what's up? Free Key Louie. How's it going? Mountain Peak Comics, hello. I did read this right before we went live. This is Death Metal #6, the Perillo or Perillo, however you want to say it, variant. Read that. Was kind of confused.
The cover's really cool.
It is cool. Batman 105. Love me some purple.
Yeah, that's a nice cover.
Love this cover. Beautiful. We'll talk about this tonight as well. Batman 105. Okay. This one, Mark said I have to get. I get to read it. I just got it today, but sounds cool. This came out last week. Tales from the Dark Multiverse Flashpoint #1. So grab that. And then this is the last book I grabbed this week. This is Nightwing #77. I believe this is the last book before Future State, and it's going to be taken over by Tom Taylor after Future State.
Nice.
So I had to get the variant. I honestly like both covers, honestly. I really did. But I like Nightwing a lot. All right. Next up, we're just gonna go right down the row here of everyone I have. So Flash 6792, you're up next, bro.
Actually, I didn't make it to my shop, so I actually have no physical copies, but the only book I've actually read so far was Power Rangers 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Haven't been able to get that way yet.
No worries at all, man. No worries at all. Mark has a huge stash. I know it because he gets to go like multiple times a week to different shops.
I've only been once so far. Yeah, I don't get to go again until Friday, but I have I have my DC stuff, but I got Batman 105, the finale to the goofiness. Dark Knight's Death Metal. I got my reader copy. And then I got that cover A foil.
I like that foil.
Tales from the Dark Multiverse. Yeah, dude, it's really nice. Shiny. But Tales from the Dark Multiverse, Crisis on Infinite Earths, and this was insane.
It looked like.
And then we got it. Yeah, it was awesome. That was wild. But Endless Winter Part 4, which was an Aquaman 66, Endless Winter Part 5, which was Justice League 58, and Part 6, which was the Teen Titans special. And then I got Rorschach issue 3, the A cover, and then Superman 28, the finale to Bendis' run on Superman. And then I've got like We Live number 3, Power Rangers, and Immortal Hulk King in Black, and Immortal Hulk whatever issue they're on waiting for me tomorrow.
41.
Yeah. I think it ends at 50 also. It's gonna break my heart.
It is gonna break your heart, man. It is.
It is.
Next up we got Ryan.
Woo. Kind of same situation. I'm just gonna have to make it a Saturday pickup at this point because actually my wife's gonna be off for the next 2 weeks, so I will be able to make it, and we're not gonna have a show anyway. But yeah, I'm excited for Big Girls, Post Americana, Power Rangers, of course. We Live is incredible. We Only Find Them When They're Dead, number 4, and Stargazer. Those are all on my list to pick up. But I did want to show kind of a tease, doing some research for my next interview. So excited to talk to these guys. So if you haven't read Metal Shark, bro, it is so cool. Everybody needs to be reading that. And Ninja Nuns, which I have the book from Kickstarter, but I think that's going to be out from Scout in like February or March. So keep your eyes out for Ninja Nuns because it's really cool stuff too.
Never heard of it, but it does sound cool. Ninja Nuns.
Yeah, they're a spinoff from Metal Shark, bro. So read all of that stuff. It's good. It's real good.
Okay. Panda.
Hey, okay. So I picked up Power Rangers number 2. Just got that regular A cover. Then I picked up Batman. What are we on? 105? That Francesco Mattina variant.
That's a nice cover. I like that.
Yeah, it really is. I also picked up Once in Future, number 14. Love Once in Future. If you guys haven't been reading Once in Future, it is definitely a grab. One of my favorite reads of the year, along with Something is Killing the Children. And, The Last Ronin. That's been one of my favorites as well. And then I also picked up that Solid Blood 17.
Nice.
I might grab that tomorrow. I might grab that tomorrow. We'll see.
Yeah, definitely. If this book ends up being something, at least I got it. So that's the only reason why I got it.
Yeah, I did hear one retailer mention that he's gotten some notice that they might be doing like a second print of that and actually putting it in previews and everything. So maybe it is going to turn into something. I doubt they would do a second print of it if it was just like a little one-off joke, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's all I got. It was a light week this week.
There we go. Well, I think it's going to be a light week next 2 weeks too because it's right over the holiday. And I want to say there's like 5 Wednesdays this month too. So
Yeah, you still got Sean.
I was going to him.
Right.
I actually was. No, I was waiting for you to stop talking. I always do feedback and then I switched my place with the person. I wasn't going to forget him. Come on now.
This is the first appearance. You don't forget first appearances.
What books you get this week?
And I'm upset. I was at my LCS yesterday, and we got to talking. Because I'm doing that cracking the code series where I'm breaking open the old cases and cleaning and pressing them and seeing if I can get a grade bump. And I got to talking with the guy there, and he ended up wanting to buy my the Werewolf by Night 32, and I completely forgot to pick up all my books. I had he hit me up and I was like, because my LCS is like an hour away, and he hit me up and I was like 25 minutes away, and I was like, I can't come back. But he had a bunch of the Alex Rosses there because when Alex Ross came out, the that 32 issue set. I saw someone that had them all for like $129. So I went ahead and just bought it. And then a week ago, a refund comes back, and he doesn't even say why, but I don't have the Alex Ross covers now. And so my LCS had pulled what he had left. I was gonna pick that up with, Something's Killing the Children. We only found them when they're dead, and some others like the Immortal Hulk series. Oh, shoot. Sorry, it's long. But yeah, I don't have anything to show.
No worries, man. No worries at all. I completely.
That's my debut.
What books would you have grabbed this week?
So they would have been Something's Killing the Children. I think was there. I know We Only Found Them When They're Dead. The 1 in 10. What else did he say you had there for me? I don't think it was a Miles. I think it was Incredible Hulk. Because I love that cover. I love any of the Hulk and Thing covers. And
oh yeah,
yeah. When they're at the diner. I know they're doing a run on those when they're at the diner. Excuse me. What else? So I have like 12 titles there with him, and I'm trying to whittle them down. And I thought, Unkindness of Ravens. I thought it was only like a 4-series run, but then they have 5 of 4. And I didn't understand that, so I guess they're going to continue it. I guess it sold well, so I told them to keep that going.
Nice.
Yeah.
We got another person joining us. For the last Thursday night chat of 2020. Austin, what's up, man?
Hey, fellas.
What's going on, Austin?
Gotta make it a party now.
Right? Starting to look like a Zoom panel. Steve's PTSD is going to kick in.
Make sure you got your cameras on. I'm teaching class, doing attendance.
Cameras on, mics off.
We were just going over our hauls for the week. You got your books ready?
Oh, I got some books.
Okay. All right. Let's do this.
Nothing too crazy. It was a light week. Had to get that one. Batman all day.
Yes.
And of course, I always pick up both covers. I don't know why. I'm just a fan. And nobody mentioned this. But if you're not reading Stillwater, you got to get on it. It's pretty
I've heard good things. I've heard really good things about that.
And my only King in Black tie-in that I'm going to buy into is going to be Man.
And that's the second one, right?
Yeah. And here's another good one. This one's a second print of number 3. But I got the A and B.
Dude, look at that! Look at the purple in those covers, man. I'll tell you what, I like that.
Have any of you read this yet?
No.
Yeah.
It's got to be one of the most colorful issues in here.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. The artwork is just unstoppable. And then this is kind of my guilty pleasure, I guess. Wolverine, Black, White, and Blood. I don't really do much Wolverine at all, but just an art fan. I like the art. A lot of people contributing on that book, so I had to jump in. And then I finally got this bad boy back from CGC yesterday.
Ooh, nice.
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 Yeah.
Is it Strange Academy 3 or 1?
It's number 3, but it's the 1 in 25.
Oh, nice.
That one.
9/8.
Yeah, the only covers that I don't have of Strange Academy is the Peach Momoko covers.
Good call.
Who said that? Was that Marcus?
I feel like the opinion on her is swayed a lot. When she first popped off, like everybody was all about it, and now there's more and more people coming to the
Their
dark
senses.
side. You know,
Either love her
The saturation. She was everywhere, and I think people got tired of seeing her everywhere.
Yeah.
I think if she was limited, it'd been better.
I mean, I've honestly only seen 2, maybe 3 of her covers that I was like, I really wish I had that, but everything else, I think people way overhype.
Yeah, I'm a fan of some of her stuff, but I think that Marvel picked her up exclusively right at her height. So now that they have her, everything's gonna. So, and I think all of her indie work is gonna get more popular because now she's exclusively.
I'll tell you what, though. This cover in person looks a lot better than it does digitally. It really does.
Well, let me ask you this: did you see the new TMNT cover that Comic Tom?
That one's a nice one.
That is a cool one.
Yeah,
it's not amazing, but it's a cool cover. Oh, Panda doesn't
Hell
like
no.
You didn't like it?
No. I did not like that whatsoever. I canceled my, I got that Power Ranger exclusive. And then when I was like, I'm going to wait until I see what the next exclusive is going to be before I cancel my membership. And then I saw that it was the Turtles that got excited. And then I saw the Peach Momoka and I was like, no, I'm done.
Yeah.
Don't need it.
Yeah, I got to be biased. I think the only ones I really care for are the Power Ranger ones that she has done so far.
Those are the only ones you've liked so far?
Yeah.
She's done a couple cool ones. I didn't love, but I did like her Speed Metal cover. I liked it. I didn't love it.
I actually just picked up her Vampirella cover, which I thought was really good.
I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, I'll grab it.
Do it.
She's talented for sure, though. I will say that.
She is talented. I have the Lord Zed prints, and it is really cool. It is.
I got the Pink Ranger print with one of mine.
That's a cool one too. I'll tell you what. I hope that guy, like Noah, whatever Johnson. I hope that he makes those prints like available because, like, if you could buy all the 6 Rangers for like $30.
Oh yeah, he's doing that.
He's doing
that on his Instagram. You should go check out his Instagram. I'll send it to you after this.
Okay.
But I think he did all the Rangers.
He did. I saw him. I didn't know if he was printing them or not.
Oh, okay.
Austin, you got okay. Let's do this. Oh, that is cool.
Oh, yeah.
That's nice.
Her covers are virgin.
That doesn't even look like Peach Momoka though.
Looks like the girl from The Ring.
Yeah.
You just have nothing nice to say.
Not for Peach Momoko art. I don't think I do.
All right. Let's talk about something else.
Hey, shout out to Austin for rocking that Two Brothers Comics hoodie, man. That's awesome.
Oh, thank you. I think Ryan was saying it's been in the mid-50s here in Arizona too, and we're freezing.
I hate it. I'm freezing my butt off outside every day, man. I'll tell you what, it's cold.
Yeah.
There was like a tiny thin layer of ice on the windshield this morning. I was like, I can't do this. I'm kind of an expert of like rolling out of bed and into my car and going. And when there's ice and stuff, you just can't. And that's a problem.
So Dustin
wasn't
going to join us tonight because he wasn't able to get to his shop this week. So he's like, I'm just not going to be able to make it tonight because I can't go to my shop. So we'll wish him the best. Hopefully he can make it whenever we do our next one. So definitely miss having him on for sure. But I appreciate everyone for joining us. This is the biggest panel we've ever had for a Thursday night chat. And I can't believe it. Like, we've been doing this for a year. Hey, what's up, Carlito? that is good. That is good. They do make – yeah, I know. Well, not at home. At home, I'm fine. What's up, Comic Bet? How's it going? So we can talk comics, or we can just honestly just hang out and just chill. Honestly, whatever you guys want. Like, we were only going to review just 2 books this week, but we can really do whatever you want. I will say that one of my friends, he is a firefighter with my brother-in-law, and he dropped off this book, No Mextra and Kevlar. You guys ever heard of this? I'm assuming not. It's a one-shot that they gave out to fire departments in 1991. And I guess it's like a $10 book. So I got it for free. So there we go.
Nice.
A lot of that,
That's cool.
like marketing material, kind of comic books, were just meant to be thrown away. So they're pretty damn rare now.
It is, how many of those like Domino's Pizza ones or Pizza Hut comic books have they given out before, right? So this is really it is an army tonight.
If you slab that, that'll be the only one on the census.
What's that?
If you slab that, that'll probably be the only one on the census. And that'd be
Oh my
cool.
gosh. I'm gonna look it up now that you said I might have to do that. Is anyone slabbing any books coming up? Like I'm sending that book, TMNT Adventures #1, to be signed by Eastman. But that's the only book I'm sending off. Is anyone else sending off any books right now?
I just sent off all of my Last Ronin variants.
Oh, nice.
I saw last I checked Wednesday night, my Ashcan was scheduled to be graded.
Oh, nice.
If I get a 9.8 on that, I would be so.
It's over.
Hey, I'm
Austin,
gonna have to
what
hop
ass
off
can
here
you
for a
get?
second. There's something happening with my computer. You guys are all frozen. I can't. So let me hop off real quick. I'll get back on.
It's all
Okay,
those
we got
Tomoko
mentioned.
Everybody's still frozen. All right, I'll be back.
Okay. All right.
Hey, Austin,
It's like the show. The show just
on
got
that. Sorry. The Ashcan. Do you have is that the old one, or the new art one?
old art.
The old art.
Yeah.
Have you seen one of the new art ones? Because I've seen
No.
one, and that was it.
I didn't even know they did an Ashcan with the new art.
Yeah, I saw one on Macari, and I thought it was the actual book, Ronin book, and I didn't get it. And then I realized after it was sold, it was the Ashcan. That's the only one I've ever seen. I think that's probably going to be more rare than the other one, than the original.
Sounds like it.
I got that error print that I'm gonna send off for Eastman signing. The Ronin 1 error print.
Oh, you got an error?
Yeah.
Did you just
It's,
happen upon it, or did you buy it?
I happened on it, and then I bought one. I paid the premium for it. I think I paid $120 for it. Yeah, $120 to get a second one. Yeah.
What's the error?
Oh, the back half of pages are all bleached out. Like you can see it, but it's all. I put it on my Instagram. I showed it's one of my latest ones. But it's I think people probably have it and don't even know it because it came out right before all the humbug about the shipping.
Oh,
Was it only the A covers that had the errors?
That's the only one I've seen was the A cover.
interesting.
Yeah.
There's only one on the census.
Oh, there is one. Okay.
One.
What grade is it?
8.5. And if I had to grade this one, it's probably close to that. I mean, it would need a pretty good press to be higher than that. So
just send it to your graduate.
Just send it out. Well,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You'll
be the second one on the census if that's the case.
There we go. I found the Mission Impossible unedited version newsstand in the dollar bin for the win. Nice.
Oh, wow.
$1. Wow. I love those finds.
I think we got him back. What's up, Panda?
Hey,
working?
You look way clearer, dude.
Yeah, it does look clear.
Is it not working?
It's working for us. It's not working for him.
Oh man.
Yes.
He's fumbling with that.
Everybody stay still.
Yeah.
Everybody stay still.
We're going to do the mannequin challenge.
So everybody's so jumbled, I can't hear anybody.
Oh man,
that sucks.
That's happened to me before, man. It's happened to me. What's up, Louis 13? Sorry, I missed you, dude. There's a lot going on over here. Sorry. What's up, man? How are you?
Oh yeah, check this out. That's crazy. Yahweh stuff.
What?
It's weird. It's like weird contrast. Like all the prints ripped off, or it looks like whenever you like run out of toner or something. You know.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. Did you put it on your Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go check that real quick. Is anyone else sending anything to CGC though?
There's 5 books that I have at the presser that I mentioned earlier, and then I've got a stack of these John Jang variants that are going to CGC by way of John first to get some of them signed and remarked on the way.
I dropped a link to the post right there in the chat.
So are you and Jiang just like besties now? Is that what's happening?
I wish.
Are you guys
Dude, he's one of the nicest guys. He's like completely accessible.
I don't know what we're looking at here. I don't see it yet. I don't see it.
Go. It's like his 3rd or 4th post. It's you'll see like the Ronin, and you have to scroll across them. It's like in the what do they call it? The carousel.
The ash can and the first print.
Oh,
Dude, it's like it completely ran out of ink halfway through.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you guys haven't seen those errors.
I mean, I've seen them before. I never saw them on this book. I didn't hear anybody saying they got errors on this book. So
I'm one of those people that if I pick a book up and flip through it and I see that, I put it back and get a good copy.
Me too. Me too. So
I need to be able to read this Joker.
This is Yahweh's book for The Last Ronin. And he had several pages that were like this.
And I guarantee you that there's a lot of people that probably haven't even opened it up, and they have them. I don't know how many it is, but I know there's people that have them. You know it.
I'll tell you what, I have 2 right here. Should I open one of them up?
Check them. Yeah,
yes.
Check them.
I would. That'd be cool, like a live reveal.
Let me find my gloves here. Hold on.
You can double the price of that book right now, and you wouldn't even know.
Yep.
Are the errors worth a lot more? That much more?
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah. One sold for $250, and there's one on there right now that's on there for $250. Hey, little guy.
Boy, you're not messing around.
I guess it depends on how many errors they print, though, huh?
All right, I can hear you guys.
You can hear us?
Yeah, is it better?
Yeah,
You're crystal clear.
You look good, man.
No.
Dude, you look Dude, you look like you lost like 30 pounds. You look good, man.
Oh, it's just the camera angle. It's just the camera angle. Oh, got bigger.
We are checking the Lost Ronins to see if ours is an air print as well.
Yeah, I saw those on Instagram. Some people had gotten those it's like completely whitewashed.
Yeah.
Where it looked like it just ran out of ink.
What's up, Q? How's it going?
All of my Last Ronins, and none of them were that way. I was kind of pissed.
Well, I have 2 here, and I
Love you.
I'm gonna check it right now.
I think it was only in that first batch that came out.
No, that one's good. I don't want to mess it up, so I'll just put it in there.
If you flip straight to the back, you'll be able to see it.
That's what I did. Yeah.
How much are the good copy, like the not error cover A, selling for right now?
Like $25, 20, $25.
This one was selling for 30, but I got it for $20.
So that's a good markup if you get an error.
How many did y'all say that there were that are known?
That are known?
Yeah.
Maybe less than 100.
Nice. I want to go check mine now.
I'm checking mine live right now.
Yeah, I've checked all of mine already.
And it has lightning inside his house. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, like I don't think I checked my 2 variants. Other than that, I checked the main ones.
Yeah, I didn't check my variants either, which is why I asked if it's just the A cover that had the errors.
Yeah, from what I was hearing, I think it was just the A covers that had it.
That's all I've ever heard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I haven't even opened any of my variants yet. They're still in their bag and board.
Yeah. So, Austin, did you get yours pressed?
Well, no. I looked at everything. There was some waving in pages in some of them, but you know what? It's those minor things, which is why books aren't a 10.
Right.
You know, so I didn't even bother. I sent them things like that. Waving pages. You know, I'm a professional now. I've sent in a lot of books. I don't usually get hit for waving pages, so that's not something that I worry about. But
Okay.
with those square bound books, you got to be careful for two reasons on there. It's a heavy gloss color cover, so it can actually scratch quite easily if you don't be very careful. But another thing is the glue in the binding. If you melt that glue, the whole page is going to go.
Yeah, I was gonna say Yahweh. You know, Sean, you were talking about that on your Instagram, right? You did that to that killing joke.
Yeah, killing joke. Yeah. The heat liquefies the glue a little bit, and then the pressure pushes it out. And I had the Teflon page in there between the cover and the first sheet, and I almost ripped the book trying to get it out. I mean, I was testing something on it, so I didn't care about that copy, but it took a long time for me to get it out because it solidified and they glued the Teflon page in the book.
Yeah, I would have been happy to have it pressed if I thought that it needed it, but I press my own books. And
I thought they don't take off for like the waving. They wouldn't do that.
I haven't ever been dinged heavily on that stuff, so I don't even worry about that. I didn't think they needed to be pressed, which is why I didn't.
Has anyone ever gotten above 9.8 on a submission?
Above a 9.8?
Yeah.
Not on my own submission. I own a 9.9.
Wow.
Which book?
TMNT 100, the gold.
Are you? Man,
Oh, nice.
that's amazing.
Yeah, it's.
What's up, the cover collector? How's it going, man? So I sent an invite to Ruby G, and that's the one. Oh,
That's awesome.
Yeah. So this is actually kind of a funny story that I'm sure a couple of you have already heard, and it's funny that I ended up meeting Adrian down the road, but I won this on my Spider-Man booth. And I bought a bunch of boxes trying to win the Spawn that Adrian won. And because I bought so many boxes, I ended up winning the Ninja Turtles one. So that's how I got that. And I actually ended up with Adrian's Spawn too.
Yeah.
So it worked out for me.
You want to know how greedy Adrian is? You know what he said the other day? He goes, I really need to win another GP. I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding
were on
me?
a roll there for a while.
He
I
won
know,
the
right?
Spawn. He won the UF4. He won like everyone's giveaway.
Man.
Good job. I got
And he
it.
won
Shoot,
more.
that UF4 shoot that got that bump too in the end.
Yeah, he did. He paid $40.
There.
Here, turn that light off.
He paid $40 for a 9.8 Ultimate Fallout 4.
You can't beat that.
Wow.
The team
Definitely.
is a unicorn, Austin. Yeah. So what do they call that, Austin?
What?
No. Bad.
It's just a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 100.
Yeah, it's Ninja Turtle 100.
Is that the one with the sketch and the signature on the back?
This one's not signed. No, it's not a sketch.
Oh,
It's
okay. I thought that was the mini one. I'm sorry.
Who made that cover?
Mike Vasquez.
Is there like a what does it say underneath above the numbers?
The Fellowship Edition B.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the one that I paid what, $40 for?
Never sell that.
You want to double your money? I'll give you 80 right now.
I will tell you this. I was talking to Burke the other day, and I was like, yo, I will trade this UF4 9.8 for a TMNT 1. Like, I'm willing to do it. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Here's the thing. That's gonna go up more, I think, man. I don't know. I feel that.
Right.
I feel that has.
For me personally, the turtles are everything. So that's what I'm saying.
I got you.
I can see that though. That'd be a good trade. Because I got 2 myself, and I want to get them both graded by CGC. Because I got 2 of them. So one still in the poly bag and one out of the poly bag.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice. Well, when you think about it, well, like how many of those did they print? Like 75,000 or something like that, or 100,000 Fallout 4s. But if you add up together the first, second, and third prints for Team and T1, they only printed 44,000 combined.
Now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I mean, it's a lot more rare, and it's older. So and Team and T, like that spawned a whole
2
everything. You know what I mean? And I personally think Team and T1 will always be worth more than a Miles Morales Ultimate Fallout 4, but Miles, I think he's got room to grow. I think that when it's all said and done, that'll be a $2,000 to $3,000 book at 9.8 in the next couple of years. But I think Team and T1 will be more than that.
I'll tell you what scares me right now. TMNT is nostalgic for a lot of people our age.
Yeah.
But I think that down the road, when we become, old men and whatnot, TMNT isn't going to be that popular, but I think Spider-Man always will. So I kind of agree that I think that Miles Morales still has a lot of room to grow and will have heavier value in the future.
It's like the Lone Ranger of our generation.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even more than that, because I think the Turtles are timeless. Like, they reboot it every couple of years as a cartoon. Like, all of my kids have lived through a generation of the cartoon. So that's kind of timeless, but I do think the value bump is gone. Like, they're only going to increase in value because they're going to become rarer over time. Whereas, like, Miles Morales, that's going to be a huge price jump when he makes it into the MCU, So I think the chance of it jumping, like, even the Seth Rogen Ninja Turtle movie is not going to move the price on a Ninja Turtle book that much. But you add Miles Morales to the MCU, and Ultimate Fallout 4 is going to blow the roof off.
Yeah, not only that, but Spider-Man overall is, worldwide.
Just the name Spider-Man alone.
Yeah.
So I should keep this, right?
Well, wait till the MC, wait till the end of the MCU, and then sell it when it's at its premium.
Yeah, that's probably going to be the last spike in price on it for the most part.
So you already get out now. I'll send you a crisp $100 bill in my address. Send it my way.
You already bought it low. Whatever you sell it at is going to be a big
That's
increase.
what I'm saying. I'll triple your money.
For Team and T100 Fellowship Edition B, there are 7 that are 9.9 or higher.
I know. And JPG from that Spider-Man booth has 5 of them himself.
And that doesn't even include the signature series.
I think that he sent out 2 of them in a contest. I have 1 of them. I saw one guy post with his kid that he won one. Jeez. And if I'm not mistaken, I think JPG still has the other ones.
Team and T is amazing. They took an ultraviolet comic and turned it into a child-friendly comic book, TV, and movie. It probably is the only book you can find in the kids and adult sections. That's true.
Yeah, that's why the original books are so popular.
I was watching Simple Man's comics, their top 10 back issues, and their first 3 that are on the list were Team and T, but from 3 different publishers. They had the Mirage Studios, they had the Archie Comics, and then they had the IDW run. And it is true, like Ryan said, they always reboot it. It's always going to be timeless regardless. So Team and T definitely has a lot of room to grow for sure.
So with that being said,
Panda side, if he gets a shot at a TMNT 1, I think he should go for it.
Yeah,
but personally, yeah. So with that being said, like how they did Deadpool and the same thing they did to TMNT, do you like the original version, or do you like what they turned it into?
Oh, you
because the
talking
Ronin is pretty much the original version. Like it went back to that, and I like.
So the Ronin is actually like the continuation from the Mirage after 62, right? So after that, this is the later years. This would be that run, that Mirage run. For me personally, I like what they had first because that's what the 1990 movie was based off of, was the actual original comic book series that they had in 1984. So for me, the 1990 movie is My Turtles.
Yep.
Okay.
So, that's the version of the Turtles that I love the most. Then the comic books, and then the stuff that I grew up watching and stuff like that. But for me, that 1990 movie is what spurred on my whole TMNT stuff, and so I mean that's My Turtles right there.
Okay,
I agree.
The problem is, a lot of people agree with you 100%. They're the ones driving up the price of the books.
That is true. That is true. That is true. Jim Mint and Tom were saying that. They're like, there's no movie. There's no TV show. People are just buying this right now. People are just wanting it to get it because of the last Ronin, and it's on everyone's minds. So it's true. It's true. I could have gotten a third print like so many times for way less than it's going for now, and I just kept passing on it. And I'm like, oh, I can get that at any time. And then of course now it's like unattainable.
Yeah, I got that. I got a story like that too. Third print. It was a few years ago too, and it was like I think the shop was doing $200, and I was like, I'll wait. And I'm like, now it's like, great, I can't even get it now, right now.
See, Panda had a story like that with an Ultimate Fallout. Obviously, it ended up being a good story, right?
Yeah. So it was after our first our first auction that we did. I finally had enough money to get that Ultimate Fallout. I think it was at a 9 at my local comic book shop, and I went there that day with the money in hand, and I said, "Hey, I'm ready to buy that UF4." I've been looking at it for I don't even know 8 months at that point, and they're like, "Dude, we sold it an hour ago." They had it that whole entire time, and they sold it an hour before I showed up. And so when I saw R&R Comics, they had that prize of the UF4 at a 9.4. Burke was telling me all about it. I was like, you know what? I've never had one of their mystery boxes. I love mystery boxes. Let me go ahead and get one. And
what's funny about that is Panda for sure thought that they were going to rig it so I could win. Panda's the one who ends up winning. Well, and my local comic shop here in Manhattan that is no longer here because they went under. They had a Raphael 1 with a whole bunch of other TMNT comics, which all the other TMNT comics that sold except for Raphael number 1. And it was like, it was beat bad. It was probably like a 4 to a 6.0, somewhere in that range. And he wanted like $40-$50 for it. And I'm like, I don't think so, man. And he ended up selling it for that price. I was like, man, I should have got it. I'm probably never going to be able to find one. Then I found one on the Mercari app that Yahweh was talking about for $40. I got it pressed, and now it's a 9.2. So I'm glad that I didn't buy that other one for sure. But I guess I could have had 2 copies.
You can find some every now and then. You can find some real good buys. They just had there was 2 of them that I missed. One I missed by 21 minutes. It was a Hulk 181, and it looked every bit of an 8590, and it went for $1,851. And
that's cheap.
then they had
jeez.
About a week ago they had a newsstand ASM 300, and that looked like a 9.6, and it was going for $459. And so it was late at night, so I figured no one's really looking at it. I said, let me see if I can get them down to $400. And I put the bid in. I waited. 20 minutes later, the book was gone. I should have just
for $450.
Yeah, $459. Wow. It looked every bit at 9.4, 9.6. Like it was clean. It was a newsstand.
And you know what? Macari is actually a good site. I like looking up there. I sell a few figures on there once in a while. So
I bought stuff on there before for sure.
Yeah.
Nice.
The only thing I don't like about Macari is a lot of the people there, they will like it and they'll wait for you to try to drop the price. A lot of people don't buy at the proper price. Like they want a super deal to the point where you're almost losing money or you're just breaking even.
Yeah, I've sold on there before. I don't like that you don't get paid until the person receives it and gives you a rating. I don't like that at all.
Versus sometimes you have to wait. Sometimes they don't rate you, and then you got to wait 3 days, and then it'll automatically.
Yeah, because like they pay you right away.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the pricing went up too for selling. They went up to 20% now.
Wow, it's ridiculous, man. I mean, I think it's because everyone's selling on Facebook Marketplace or auctions or Instagram. I think that's why they're raising their rates. Honestly.
Yeah, I got to pull the trigger and start selling stuff on Instagram. Getting tired of eBay.
I'm super tired of eBay.
I got a site coming up too. I wanted to save the buyer money and save me money. I can make more money. So my brother-in-law runs a company where he does websites. So I got a site coming up. I'm thinking about doing an auction on there too, but it's gonna be sale and it's gonna be shit price.
You know who you should have sold your 8.0 Werewolf by Night 32 to?
Who's that?
Mark Spector Comics.
What's going on, guys? How are you?
What's up, man? How are you?
What's up, David?
I had to stop in for the last chat night of the year,
Heck yeah, dude. So Yahweh, he sold his Werewolf by Night 32, right? And he
offered to buy it. I gave him my price for it, and he's and the Batman Adventures 12. So I gave it to him. Then he just went silent. So I'm waiting for it, but I'm waiting to see what he says.
What are you selling your Batman for?
That $550.
Is it graded or it's raw?
It's raw. Actually, it was at my LCS to go get graded, but he saw it and he wanted to buy it, so it's raw. Yeah.
Dave, do you want to show off what books you grabbed this week?
I actually didn't get any new books. The comic shops are closed in the state.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we're still in lockdown, unfortunately.
Yeah, so you sent me that picture in the Big Muscle Comics group chat. It's snowing there, man. I wish we had snow here for Christmas.
Yeah, it stopped this afternoon. We probably got like 10, 11 inches, something like that.
Dang.
Good Lord.
And it's going to be pretty cold tonight, so it's all going to freeze. So whoever, didn't shovel their cars today, they're going to be screwed in the morning.
How many inches did you get?
What's that?
How many inches did you get?
Like 10 to 11 inches.
He's like, oh, just under 11, like nothing.
Well, we usually get a decent amount of snow up here. Last year was unseasonably low for a snow amount, so we basically gotten one snowstorm this year more than we got all of last year.
You were like the only one in this whole. Like, if you look, I'm looking at the panel. We got Arizona, California, Georgia, Texas, Kansas, Georgia, Upper East, Rhode Island. You're the only that snow.
Man, like last week we had our here in Houston we had our 3-year anniversary of the last time it snowed, and it was like 1.5 inches of snow, and all of the like social media, like all the social media for Houston was like reposting like, remember 3 years ago when it snowed? And I'm looking at all the pictures and there's like grass sticking out of it and stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, this is embarrassing.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. So what grade are you looking for? Did you say, I forgot what you said that you're looking for Werewolf by Night 32?
5.
Let me see. Yeah, like a 5, something like that.
Okay. All right.
I had the opportunity a few years back to get a 9.0 for like $1,000, and I passed up on it. I told you that before.
Yep.
I passed up on it, and I got an ASM 300 at a 9.8 instead.
That was a good choice.
Not bad.
That's a pretty good.
I did that as well. So that's not bad at all.
So I got that book instead at the time. So it is what it is.
Do you still have it?
No, I sold it. I sold it. I got the joy out of it that I had for the time I did, and I moved on. I bought some stuff with it, bought some original art and stuff like that, and a few other books here and there. So I was happy to have it at one point. I knew I was going to be able to get another one if I wanted it.
Yeah,
it's not a rare book by any means. ASM 300s are all over the place.
True. So you got one of these from Panda, right?
Yeah.
Did you check it before you sent it, Panda, to see if it was an error print?
Yeah, I checked it.
Oh, okay. All right.
How do you know if it's an error?
Because Yahweh posted his today, where it shows. Let me pull it up. That it's just like the ink is messed up at the end of the book.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll set up. I'll show it real quick.
I haven't even opened it. I left it in, and it's still in the bag and board. I wanted to just send it off to CGC.
Yeah, it's a good copy.
Yeah, it's that thing's nice.
So obviously,
I didn't even open that one either.
Oh wow! Okay.
And what's interesting is there's this guy that I'm friends with. I want to say his name is like Nerdy Father or something. Is that his name? He
good friend.
Instagram friends with. Anyways, he has a 9.6. I'm gonna see if I can find it. He has a 9.6 Team and T Power Rangers #1, the one per store, and it's an air print. And CGC did not recognize it as an air print. It was the exact same type of air print where the color was all messed up and they didn't recognize it. It was almost like they didn't look through it. You know what I mean? I don't know.
You almost have to tell them. I mean, I've now, even when I go to my LCS and I submit some stuff to CGC, I fill out all of the paperwork myself.
Yeah.
Because if you try to count on them, I mean, their big thing is they don't want people grading books that are really into comic books. They want people who are completely unbiased, so they don't know 100% of the time, what about errors or even, first appearances and things like that. So if you don't mention it, they could overlook it very easily.
So here's the book. So the ink is just all messed up.
Yeah.
Is it misaligned or is it just too much yellow?
It's just way too much yellow. It's just all just like it's supposed to look, normal. And it
was that the White Ranger cover or the Draken cover?
White Ranger.
White Ranger.
And he sent it to CGC, and it came back in 9.6, and it was not. It didn't say anything about being an air print.
You should send it back for resubmission.
He should. He lives in Canada, though, so I mean, it's kind of a big deal to send something to CGC.
Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah.
So he's a good dude, though. He's a good dude. He messages me sometimes about some Power Ranger stuff because I'm the Power Rangers guy. So okay, here it is. All right, so here it is. Here's the 9.6. This is an air copy I've seen in a YouTube video, but CGC did not mark it as such on the label. So it happens. It happens. But hey, look, at least it's a 9.6 there, Panda. You got someone else with a 9.6.
No, I was not happy with that.
Oh my God, I remember the video, dude. I felt bad.
Yeah, I could not figure out what was wrong with it whatsoever either.
And you did end up figuring it out later, but
yeah. But I'm still going to try and sneak it in. See if I can get it.
Dude, my White Ranger issue 0 has 3 or 4 color breaking. They're very, very, very small. Color breaking spine ticks. It came back at 9.8. So it does happen. What you got there,
So
Mark?
Austin said something that was interesting. So the graders, they're not someone that's into comic books. They're
professionals in what they do in regards to grading collectibles, but they grade it based on condition. But they're not huge comic book people because they don't want biased comic book collectors grading comic books for other people. So typically, and there's not just one person that grades the book. I think it's at least 3 different people will grade one book, and then they take the average score from those 3 to determine the grade.
Yeah, Brittany said on Kevin's channel that they all look at it, but one person says that's the grade, and then the other 2 have to agree. And if they don't, they have to come to a consensus about it.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows how true that actually is? You know what I mean?
That seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, that does seem like a lot of work
for the amount of books they get.
Yeah. We were talking earlier. What's that?
So they might just rubber stamp it. That's why I've heard if you fast track it, sometimes you get better grades.
And my friend D-Rock Comics, he had a whole bunch of 9.4s that he had cracked, and he had CGC on site at a con grade. They gave there's 4 or 5 of them. They're 9.4s. They just gave everything 9.8s because they were there's a huge line. You know what I mean? This guy comes with a stack of books. Oh yeah, we'll grade it for you real quick. 9.8. There you go.
I ruined one of the books that I did a cover on. It's actually this one right there, the Venom.
Oh yeah.
I dropped it, putting it back in the bag after I did the artwork. And I was like, okay, 9.4, but it's my artwork. It's going to stay in my collection. I'm okay with that. It came back at 9.8. And you can even see through the case where I busted the corner.
I wish I would have done that with MJ Comics' book, because MJ Comics got screwed.
Oh yeah, I saw that last video.
Oh man, yikes!
All those 9.0s. Ooh.
Yeah, dude. Something must have happened in shipping or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. We were talking about what books we're sending to CGC coming up. Mark, did you just or Dave? Sorry, what did you decide you're sending to CGC?
There's a few that I want to send over. I want to send over my Nova #1, my first appearance of Carol Danvers. A lot of it's like Silver Age books. I got a few moderns that I want to send. Probably like 10 books total. But I got to get most of them cleaned and pressed before I do that. And I'm debating about cracking open my Silver Surfer 3 and cleaning it and pressing it and probably getting a higher grade. It's a 4.0 right now, and I got that for pretty cheap at an auction house. So
Is that the one you were going to have signed?
What's that?
Didn't you have one that you were going to have signed?
Yeah, I do want to potentially get one signed. Actually, I think that Last Ronin, I was thinking of getting Last Ronin signed by Eastman, but I might hold off on that for when he comes to the con next year, because he's always in Rhode Island. But yeah, I got like 10 books. I don't know offhand all 10 of them, but they're upstairs. Well, a few of them are Bronze Age.
Ryan, are you ever gonna slab any books? Or are you just about to read copies?
No, yeah. I mean, I will, because I have a lot of Rangers and Turtle books that I have multiple copies of. So eventually I will. It's just not on my menu at the moment. Maybe next year, 2021 might be a better year. So
That's what I'm thinking.
I might just have to just send you a slab sometime so you get one.
Oh yeah, because that's what I'm thinking. 2021 is probably gonna be the year I start slabs.
Wait, you don't have a slab, Robert?
No, I have nothing. I don't have a slab.
Oh well.
I'm surprised. I thought you would have had something.
No, I don't. I was never into the grading. I was, but now I kind of want to get some of the higher flash books that I got graded. Because I do have Flash 123.
Oh, Flash World.
Yeah, and get my Flash 110 graded as well.
Oh,
get those
nice.
slabbed.
It sounds like it
Sorry.
gets
Sorry,
very
Brett.
expensive.
That's what my feelings. I'm jealous.
It sounds like it gets very expensive very quickly to do all the slabbing, and everybody describes it like a drug. Like once you start, you can't stop. And I'm like, man, that sounds like a money sink. I need to be ready for this.
If you do it right and like pick your books and figure out how much the cost of the grading is going to be versus the value of what it comes back as, it makes sense to do it.
Yeah.
How about you, Mark? You're a huge CGC guy. What are you sending in?
Me? I don't know if you're talking to Mark Spector or me. Yeah, I've got like 5 books off right now that I mentioned already earlier that I just sent off. The Savage She-Hulk #1, the Robin King 1 in 25 variant, the first appearance of the Crow and the Caliber Presents. I'm sent that to get cracked, clean pressed, and resubmitted through CGC. It was a 5.0 CBCS, so it'll probably come back a 9.8 CGC from what I'm hearing. And then, then I've got like 3 books at CBCS right now because I wanted to try out their legendary cleaner and presser guy they have over there. So I sent Ghost Rider #1 to them, the New Teen Titans #2, the first appearance of Deathstroke, and Secret Wars #8 to go through their extended process of going through a presser and an actual company.
I'm going to send this.
Yeah.
I feel like I am. I keep saying it, but I think I'm going to send this to CBCS to get authenticated.
So I've got so many of those sitting in the house right now. That picture I sent you.
I mean, I'll trade you one.
Yeah. If that one was mine, I'd do it, man. The last picture I sent you, that yellow label one, that's for my buddy Bart in Belgium. Mine like that is just a blue label, and then my con one.
I love that con one.
Hopefully, you don't mind waiting like 5 to 6 months to get those books back.
So
from CBCS, dude, it wasn't like that for me. I've sent a lot of stuff through them.
Have you sent them through pressing and cleaning through them as well before?
No, the pressing and cleaning takes a while, but I don't think you need to do that with everything. Like I've sent that 9.8 right there, I sent through them without cleaning and pressing because I just looked at it and it's a brand new book that had no obvious like stuff on it. I mean, new books, in my opinion, you can kind of look and see if a brand new book needs to be cleaned or pressed. I mean, they pass out 9.8s like it's a competition between the two companies. So that Robin King one, the only reason I'm getting it clean and pressed is because I sent it with 4 other books to a presser. Then he's sending them to CGC. But that Green Ranger right there with that all black cover with Shredder on it, 9.8, no clean and press. Not trying to wait and just throw money away. They're new books, you know what I'm saying? They're not leaving my personal collection. So I guess it matters what your intentions are with them, you know?
Yeah. No, I was just saying last time I sent books over there through CBCS to get them cleaned and pressed, it took 6 months for them.
Yeah. They told me it's going to take, at the time that I submitted these, they were sitting at about 3 to 4 months, which again, I'm okay with. I mean, they'll either get back to me or I'll die before they do. Either way, I'll be happy in the end, you know?
Flash, you should send your Ranger books to be authenticated, man.
That's what I want to do.
That would be
if
really
I go CBCS route, that's what I'm going to do for my signature books, all my Ranger ones that I have.
That would be cool. So, Panda, do you remember our Crane signing in Topeka back in September? So those books will finally be back on Saturday. Those remarked books from CBCS, since he's a CBCS dealer. So any books that he submitted himself to CBCS will be back Saturday. And he also has like 23 or 25 Venom 3s that he submitted. Because you remember how many, like, it was just endless Venom 3s at this point, right? Yeah, he submitted 23 or 25 CBCS. They'll be back tomorrow. And so I'm going to actually, I think they came in today. So tomorrow I'm going to the shop during my lunch break, and we're going to do an unboxing of 23 Venom 3s.
That sounds like a retirement fund.
Yeah.
He's selling them, and like everyone that he sold it to submitted it to CGC or CBCS, and they all came back 9.8. He goes, I'm tired of everyone else getting 9/8 and not me. He submitted those, and we're gonna do a video on it. It's gonna be fun.
Nice.
Dave, didn't you say you're gonna submit those Venom 3s that you have?
Yeah, you just reminded me. Yeah, I have the 3 copies, the 2 first prints and the 1/3 print. I want to send that off as well.
Dude, nice. Are you gonna do CGC or CBCS?
I'll do CGC for those.
Nice.
What do you guys like?
Sorry?
Do people have a preference between those two?
That's my question.
I don't have a preference. I typically send my books normally to CGC, but when I do have a pile of books that I have like previously signed that are still raw, I'll send those out to CBCS. But I don't prefer, I don't care either company's fine with me.
I hear horror stories sometimes from CGC, and it scares me because I've never, like, what I've just posted was the stuff that I'm just now starting to send to CGC on the room, so I've never done it before. I just hear some horror stories about how it goes in one way and they know they dropped it there because it comes back and it's got a ding in the corner where it fell. I've like Two Brothers Comics, how they had theirs mislabeled.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up.
Wasn't there somebody on here that was talking about they sent a book and it came back with a detached cover?
Ooh. Oh, that was Jason, Southern Comic Geek.
Oh yeah,
that happened to him.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. He also had one where he sent in a Werewolf by Night 32 and a Tomb of Dracula 10.
Oh,
plate, and the labels were switched.
Yeah.
So the Tomb of Dracula actually had the Werewolf by Night 32 label on it. And the Werewolf by Night had the Tomb of Dracula 10 on it.
Did he keep them?
No, I think he sent them back.
Oh,
I don't know. I have to ask Jason. I haven't talked to him about that since that actually happened.
I hope he didn't get a lower grade when he sent it back.
They might as well hike his grade up for that.
Right. Hopefully they just honor the label and switch them for him.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm going to say. I prefer CGC just because I have a whole bunch of CGC books, and like I don't like ones that look different. You know what I mean? But having said that, I mean I have several signed books that I would love to get authenticated just so I can preserve them in a slab so I don't have to worry about them dropping them and messing them up.
Yeah. Especially if signed books you keep in your personal collection that you won't get rid of just yet. So those are always good.
If CBCS would just put a white box around the grade number, it would change everything. Everything.
Their new slabs are way nicer than their old ones.
They are. There's nothing wrong with the slabs. And I get it. Like they want the book to be the center of attention, but that doesn't mean like you need to have your slabs just ugly. Like their colors are so flat. The labels look cheap. Like when you look at them up close, I can find all sorts of things to nitpick on them. You can see like the serrated edges around the top of the slab. Where the label folds over. You can see where it clearly gets printed out. It looks like those old printers that had the little holes down the sides of the right and left, and you pull them off. It looks like something like that. Yeah, because it's been fed through the printer. It looks like that. They just fold it over the top, and the colors, like the blue on the CGC labels, is crisp. It's clean. It almost looks like it has a gloss finish being inside that plastic slab. With the CBCS ones, a couple that are up there, you can probably tell just from that one right there. It looks flat. There's really nothing to it, and I don't know. It's hard to see.
And those are like minor, things that they could fix, and they just don't do it.
Yeah. Well, his argument is, he could fix it, but he doesn't want the people to get him for the labels. He doesn't want gimmicky labels. He wants the book to be the centerpiece. He doesn't want anything about
he doesn't want to spend the money on printing costs. Yeah. He likes where his margin is, and he wants to keep it there.
Right. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Especially after he probably cut into his margin already with the new cases.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, the market's going to demand that he does it eventually. It's just inevitability.
Didn't you say one of the companies have UV filtering on the cases? I thought one of
EC,
them did.
EGS.
Okay, EGS. Right.
They claim they have 100% UV protection, if that's a thing.
Well, I just use Mylar back.
Yeah.
I was going to say, wouldn't you not be able to see?
I don't know how you 100% UV on a.
I don't know. Go check out their webpage, man. I'm gonna send. I have all these, all those 80-page giants and those issue 1000s. You have like the Catwoman and the Flash. And all that. I got the Del Auto covers for all of them, so I'm thinking about sending all those to EGS and getting custom labels for each of them that just match, just for fun. They're my books, and it would be, I don't know, it'd be fun. It's like, I think it's like $15 a book without a membership.
The thing about the EGS cases, you could buy them yourself.
Yeah.
They're not proprietary. You can buy them and create them yourself.
But can you get those special stickers on the side that says security tab? That's what that's what you're paying for.
I need one of those ones that say like Fresh Lock Steel or something like that.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever sent a book to PGX?
Hell no.
No. I do have a PGX slab, but I've never sent anything to him.
What, buddy?
Wait, so what PGX slab do you have, Dave?
It's Adventures of Superman 500, the Platinum Edition. It's a 9.8.
Oh, nice.
Are you gonna crack it?
Don't ever reslab it.
I'm afraid to crack it and send it to CGC or CBCS. That'll come back like a 9.0 or something.
Send it to CGC, you get a 9.0. Send it to CBCS, you get a 4.
Yeah. The thing is that it's one of those books. It's a square bound book. You can tell if there's any it's one of those books that will grade high. Just like, the way it is. But I'm just afraid that I'll crack it back as a 9.0 or something like that. But I've looked at it thoroughly. It looks like a 9.8. So but it just worries me, the fact that I have to crack it open and it could come back something different.
That's always scary. But I've been thinking about cracking some of my CBCS stuff to get it I send a CBCS book to get regraded, but that's because I know that Caliber Presents. They rated at a 5.5, and that Hulk is in like clearly worse shape, like way worse shape, and it's a 6.0. I just know it got crucified, so I'm sending it to get clean and pressed. And I didn't send it to CGC just to try to get a better grade bump. I just like their cases better. I think it'll look better, but there's a few of these that I want to just do just for the sake of it, and it's just nerve-wracking. Like I want to reholder that White Ranger one, and I want to reholder that Green Ranger helmet. And those are both not cheap books at 9.8s, and just nerve-wracking, the idea of doing it.
All jokes aside, I have one CBCS slab. It's a 9.4, and I'm seriously considering sending it to CGC because I think I'll get a 9.8 on that book.
Dude, if it's not a 9.8 already, I would do it with any book in a heartbeat for a chance to get a higher grade. I mean, with either company, either direction, because I don't know why I feel that way about it. Like if I sent a book into CGC and it came back a 9.6, I would probably crack it myself and just resubmit it. And if it's a high enough value book, I would just keep doing that every so often when I have an extra $20 to do it with, because you're going to get a good day one day. You know what I mean? It's just going to happen. It's a subjective process.
Just to see if it slips through a crack and get that 9.8.
Mm-hmm.
What I've been doing is for the past year and a half, I've been buying, just looking for old cases, like key books and old cases.
Yeah.
What I've noticed, they never pressed them. They never cleaned them. That's what my like that Werewolf by Night is an 8.0 CBCS, and you clearly see it hasn't been pressed. So I'm hoping 8.590 going to CGC.
Do you think the grading was more strict back in the day or more strict now?
It's more strict now. I think, because I've seen some that I can't even believe they got that grade.
Yeah, no, I agree. Nobody was pressing and cleaning before they submitted.
And I'm sure back then, when the early grading, there was a lot less people obviously grading. So they kind of were like,
I'll fix it tomorrow. I gotta get glue.
Books, and we weren't grading as stringent as that. you talk to some of these people at CGC or CBCS, they have tons of graders.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, also like the market wasn't there for it, like they didn't have the same level of scrutiny to make sure they're giving like perfect scores and stuff, whereas now like there's so many eyeballs on the industry that they're kind of under public scrutiny for getting this kind of stuff right. So they probably are a little bit tougher now,
Yeah.
PGA. I saw more 10-0s back in the day than I see. Like I haven't seen any recently, but I remember seeing 10-0s back in the day. But it's in 9-9s are few and far between. I was surprised when I saw that Turtles book you had. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Batman Damned. That one rolled out a bunch of 9-9s and 10s.
Batman Damned, yeah. They were getting all the time.
It's got a
Battle Wing
book to be a 9-9 or 10.
I'm going to start a grading company, and I'm going to charge people points, just like mortgage companies, right? You want a 9.8? Well, it's a 9.6 book. I'll, send me a couple $100. It's a 9.8.
Right.
Are you going to have security tabs?
Well, I can't afford it.
I'll say if you got security tabs, I'm there.
Maybe someday when the business grows, I'll have security tabs.
Just put Post-it notes on the side. Do not open.
Oh man, that's Emerald City Con killed 9-9s for me. What does that mean?
Did they give out
There
a
must
ton
have
of
been a lot of
9-9s
them.
there?
I don't know.
There must have been a bunch. Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember seeing that.
Yeah, that's another thing. The grading system going from like a 8 to 8.5 to 9. Well, what happened to 8.8? Why is there a 9.8 all of a sudden out of nowhere and no 9.5s?
There used to be.
There used to be a 9.5.
There used to be.
Yeah, and some of those with the old grading systems are actually selling pretty well.
Yeah. They used to have those red labels too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. Is it like what were the red labels for?
There was a was it a wizard book not too long ago that got popular because they were 9.5s?
That's the Young Avengers #1.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all came back as 9.5s. Yep.
I've got that book.
That's crazy.
I don't know. I feel like the ceiling needs to be higher. Like it seems really artificial that they're like, yeah, nothing's perfect, so no 10s, but 9.8s all day. Like it seems like if it's that important to them, like getting over a 9.0 should be like an obstacle, Like once you break 9.0, it should be like very incremental and like a level of perfection that's unheard of, Like sommeliers, like they don't get to play around with that crap. There's like 50 like
thank you, Mikey.
Tier sommeliers, like in the whole world. You gotta like have some standards, and make it so that people are really working.
Yeah, going along those lines of nothing is perfect. That's why there aren't a whole lot of 10s, but that's why everybody has accepted a 9.8 being a perfect book.
Yeah, exactly.
So even if you do I was going to say, even if you adjust the grading, eventually there's going to be that more common high grade that is going to be seen as perfection. So
true.
You just can't win. The problem is are just picky people, and we can't be satisfied one way or the other. We're always going to have something to complain about.
That is true. That is true. Oh. You guys got anything else you guys want to talk about? You guys want? Should we talk about?
I'd like to chat about Batman for a little bit if we could.
Thank you. Yeah, I was about to bring that up, dude. I was about to say the same thing.
It's like 55 degrees here, so I could use a nice fire.
Yeah. You guys, have you all read it? Has everyone read Batman?
No.
Yeah.
I think all but Flash and Sean, right?
Yeah,
Right.
I haven't read it.
David said he didn't.
I didn't read it.
Oh, you didn't read it. Okay. All right. So 5 of us.
Yeah.
It's the last book before Future State for Batman. And honestly, I didn't hate it until like the last half of the book.
I agree 100%. That's what I wanted to say all day long. It was like, all of this.
It started so good.
Yeah, all of this bitter turmoil and stuff from the past. And then the last few pages was like, oh, you knucklehead, let's just go fight.
Right? And then all the stuff. Like my thing was, the whole first half of that book, like I have struggled with this whole Batman run since 100, And so this one, like the first half of it, I was like, if this was like issue 103, like I would really be into this. This is really good. And then it just turns on a dime and goes into the stupidest, like, oh, the family's been here the whole time. Yeah, I know. I told him to wait. And he's like, oh, well, I knew because of this. And like, you should join the family. What is going on? That makes no sense.
Pow, bang, boom.
You say what? I just want to say I told y'all 3 issues ago this was going to happen.
Dude, I yelled out while my wife was cooking dinner tonight when I was reading it, and I said, "What the?" And I yelled out. She was like, "What happened?" She goes, she was like, "Hey, so what happened?" I said, "He literally stopped and said, 'I'm not going to fight you,'" and the other guy said, Okay, let's see what else we got to do then. It's just like, let's be friends again.
Dude, they built up so much tension with Clown Hunter and Harley, which that was actually an honestly good moment with Clown Hunter and Harley. Like, I felt that. I absolutely felt that. Then you get Batman telling him, get out of here. And he's all dressed in his, I'm about to go fight Ra's al Ghul sword fight mode. So you're thinking it's about to be epic because he took his shirt off, but he left his cowl on. Dude knows who he is. Like, this is just weird at this point. And then they get there. That pissed me off so bad. And it reminded me of Joker War. It was the same exact formula, like a little build up, and then they completely hit the brakes. And I think it's just a clear-cut sign of where Tynion was writing a decent story up until the point where the story is out of his hands because of the bigger picture.
Right.
I was gonna say I felt like DC was like, okay, people like the Ghostmaker. We got to get him to stick around. And this is what you're gonna. This is how you're gonna end your story versus the way he really wanted to end it. Coco,
he probably wanted to keep him around. I mean, he's still on Batman going forward.
What we have to realize is that we're just now hearing about some of these titles being cut off and the whole reset. These writers knew about that months ago.
Yeah,
and I think what happened was Tynion was kind of forced to cut the story short. I don't think this is how he wanted to end this run.
Maybe we'll see a real ending to it after, because he's clearly going to be in the story some more. So maybe this isn't going to work out. I mean, if there's any way that this can work out, it'll be the worst story arc in the history of Batman. But so maybe we'll get to that point where they actually fight it out.
So to me, it's just so dumb because, like, how many times have we seen Batman beat his villain and then his villain's still there? Heath Ledger died, but his Joker is still alive in the Nolan verse, Like, so the idea that, like, he couldn't beat Ghostmaker in this fight because they need that character to stick around so he can use him later, he would have stuck around anyway. Like, he could have beat the dog crap out of him and he could have showed up in six more issues or something.
They established it. They establish it in every single issue after his introduction that he has beat him at every turn. He has beat Ghostmaker in every fight they've ever had. So he makes him the most useless antagonist there has ever been.
And honestly, I was on board with Batman getting the crap beat out of him and then having a 2-month cliffhanger. Like, oh, I can't wait for March to find out like what's going to happen. And they totally ruined that too. What was the point?
And let's not overlook the after-school special between Harley Quinn and Bao.
He threw his batarang and she caught it and then cut herself out all before he was able to slice her head off.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry I killed your parents. I just don't remember doing it. I don't understand why we can't be friends. You seem like a good guy. I'm trying to be a good person. And everybody skips off into the sunset.
Dude, they literally skipped out into the freaking sunset on this book.
Yeah.
Like, hand in hand, Ghostmaker and Batman
shirt off,
plugging each other the whole entire time, just hand in hand with each other. It was terrible.
It's a dream sequence. It's a dream sequence. I don't believe it. It's a dream sequence.
No, it's gotta be. I'll even get that. Dude, Sean, I will take a dream sequence.
I hope you're right. Where Batman wakes up on that slab
on the table,
all bloody, and he dreamt the whole thing. The perfect scenario. But he gets along and his friends.
I will take that. Because the ending to this book just made me not want to pick up the next one. Or
I'm like so done with Batman.
I told y'all Detective Comics is where it's at for Batman right now. Detective Comics has been good.
Isn't Tynion going to write that though too after Future State? Isn't he writing?
God, I hope not.
No, they just announced somebody else on that.
Peter J. Thomasy, or however you say his name, has been doing it. And if reading the synopsis for the Future State stuff, like all the Batman stuff, you could tell it's the detective storyline that's kind of been building up to it. So they're even addressing that, like, there's nothing to work with out of that Batman story arc, that they had to dip into detective. Just, I don't know, there's just a really good writing going on with detective. And I don't know how it's so easily overshadowed by this little gimmicky Batman book the last 20 issues here.
A lot of that, though, is because of Tynion's, sense of fame that he's gotten off of his indie stuff. People were expecting big things out of him, and people were so upset over Tom King that to replace him meant that something new was going to happen. But this is bad. This is just like this. Yeah. This was as bad as like Something That's Killing the Children is good. Like, it is crazy. How vastly opposite they are.
So, have they announced who's going to be doing Flash after Future State?
That's what I was asking earlier in the group chat. I
don't think so. Because Kevin Shinnick is an awful writer for Flash.
Well, that's what I said when he left the series, and then he was going to fill in for the few. It was basically a trial.
And it's not me good.
And it's not good.
Filler. That's what Tynan doing the same thing. Like, remember we talked about this a few weeks ago, how everything after the Joker War and everything after Williamson's run on Flash has literally been filler, just time gapping here to get to after Future State. So they're doing whatever's cheap, Tynan's on Batman through Future State, so he stayed for that little gap after Joker War. Williamson's going to be writing other stuff, so they just got some random guy in there just pump out garbage.
I mean, to your point though, like I was totally with you. Like I picked up this Batman thinking like I'm gonna hate read this, like it's gonna be garbage, and they won me over with the first half of the book. I was like, wait, no, it is getting more friendly, and then it turned into what I expected, and that hurt way more than if it had just been garbage all the way through.
Yeah, that last half of the book hurt my feelings.
I was hoping that Ghostmaker took over Gotham.
Yeah,
I mean, Batman's already living in a halfway house, right, somewhere in the depths of the ghetto. I was hoping that it just brought Batman down to the gutters.
Yeah.
And there's this new crime fighter actually putting in work and actually putting together some results, and we got none of that.
Well, and it makes sense because Ghostmaker is clearly like tech-based, and then we saw Batman just have to give up all of his money and all of his belongings and everything. So it made sense that like Ghostmaker takes over the city with technology, and Batman has to go back to his roots and learn all of his skills again and learn to fight without any technology, without anybody in his ear and stuff. And they just threw it all away.
So it looks like that thing that he put over his eyes and nose and everything, it's just a mask. He can see through it because he's talking to me. He's like, you don't get to say my name. You don't get to see my face anymore now that he's the Ghostmaker. You have to call me that. So it looks like
that whole I gave up my name when I became Ghostmaker thing is such a cop-out for not giving him any.
He started to say his name. What did it begin with? Like it.
His name is Kevin.
Kevin.
More than anything, probably like Kevin.
Kevin.
He's a Kyle. Yeah, I'm gonna find that.
What is Ghostmaker?
He did start to say his name.
I hate how this ended. Like,
Yeah, it was so bad.
Window. He literally said, "I don't want to fight you. We've been fighting too long." And he just said, "Fine, we don't have to fight. Fine, we don't have to fight." What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Sorry, buddy.
He should have just cut him. Ghostmaker should have like, and like cut him, and that would have been way better.
Yeah, there was more story in the Snickers ad than there was in the last book.
I'm going to tear out the Snickers ad and send that in to be graded.
Oh my god, this book was so garbage.
That got me like maybe once or twice. It hasn't got me anymore. It gets dusted all the time still.
I get burned left and right by the Snickers ads.
Yeah, I do too.
Oh,
You know, it's really funny though, because once I get to the Snickers ad, I just say, "Not today, not today,
not today."
See, that's the thing. Like, this is what really annoys me is like we see how good Tynion is at writing, and we see how bad DC is at letting him write, and then now they went and announced this new Nightwing with Tom Taylor, and like I see all the potential in that. Like I could expect it to be amazing, but we see what an amazing writer can do under the DC corporate structure. So why would anybody be excited for Taylor on Nightwing? So far, look what they did to Tynion. People even love what he did Detective Comics.
Williamson has too. Williamson's been great.
Yeah. What happened? What went so wrong?
I can tell you what went wrong with Tynion is he didn't write within his parameters. Like he knew where his story arc was going to start. He knew where it needed to finish, and what happens in between was on him. That was him for building up a stupid giant build-up that he knew would flop to nothing. That was 100% on him. So no praise to Tynion. Like that's his fault. He let us down, not DC.
He's not writing a single Future State book, not one.
Good.
Which I thought was interesting.
I enjoy his indie work. His indie stuff is fantastic. So I want to see more of that.
Yeah, honestly, like I could care less if he even continues on Batman because one, this was garbage, and two, all of his indie work is better. And his Tiny Onion imprint.
His first 15 books were good. I liked Joker War. I liked all of that stuff before, but I do agree. Ever since Joker War, specifically the last issue of Joker War, it has not been amazing. I expected more from him. I don't know how much of that is on him versus DC. Who knows? But I did expect more.
So I'll say this openly: 105 is a good issue number to stop this. Off the pull list. I couldn't
the one thing
what he could write into issue 106 that would make me want to go get it.
No.
Yeah, I'm completely
like them running out of the building and Batman slapping handcuffs on him.
Fuzzy, like pinky handcuffs is what it would be.
I will say it took me like 6 issues of Batman to realize that Bal speaks in all lowercase. I thought that was mildly interesting.
I never would have noticed that.
Yeah, all of his dialogue is in lowercase.
Probably just to show how much of a child he is.
Yeah, the child voice.
He's not one of the grown-ups yet. He doesn't know how to capitalize anything yet.
Well, let me ask you this, because I might be reading into this, but did they do that to kind of hint towards Vietnamese accent?
Ooh. What, the lowercase?
That's the way I looked into it, because it's not obviously broken English, but it's borderline. That's the way I was looking at it. But I grew up with a lot of Vietnamese people around me, so I might be reading into it a little bit, but that's how I took it.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I noticed it in this issue, and then it kind of all like clicked back, and I was like, oh yeah, he has always spoken in lowercase. That's and I kind of took it like Panda said, like maybe it's just because he's younger than everybody, so it indicates like his immaturity and stuff. But
he's whispering everywhere he goes.
Right.
Is Harley like Harley Quinn supposed to be like from another country or something, or does she just talk stupid?
No, I think she's more bimbo. She's like a bimbo.
Yeah.
What's up, Manny? What's up, man? We were talking about you tonight, dude. Our boy
Manny.
Panda with that 9.8 Ultimate Fallout 4 for that $40 box, man. I'll tell you what. That's what's up. Oh, shout out to them as well. They on the Chino Comics and more. Now it's CM Tech and Comics or something. CM Tech Games and Comics. CM Tech Games and Comics. They got like 6,000 subscribers now that they went from comics and talk about only PS5s. It's crazy. It's crazy. LOL, nice. Yeah, I'm jealous.
Did anyone else read Death Metal?
Should have rigged it for me. Yeah, I read it and I thought it was not great. I thought it was confusing. It feels very much like the original Dark Knights by Scott Snyder, where the first issue or two were like really good, but as it goes on, you get some fatigue to it, and then you get confused more as the issues go on. Like that issue was confusing as hell.
You quit with the tie-ins, didn't you?
I mean, I read the last stories, and that's the last one I read. I mean, I think I'm missing like 3 or 4, maybe 3 tie-ins.
Yeah, those like this has been the first event where they like make it mandatory to read the tie-ins, because a lot of the stuff, the context to it, happens in the tie-ins. But I think it's pretty ambitious what they're doing, what they set up with this to undo every reset that's ever been done, but without undoing it, just bring everyone's memory back to 100% of the history of all of DC Comics. Like in that issue, like Superman regained his memory all the way back to Action Comics issue.
Yeah, I did.
Number 1.
I caught that, but there was still.
But yeah, it's just setting up for the way that comics are going to be written post Future State. Like that's what I thought was so interesting about it. Not necessarily the story contained in this issue. They kind of laid the story out for last issue, and this was just kind of the execution of what they laid out last issue. But I think it's really cool what DC is doing in that aspect, with all the continuity confusion and everything. So going forward, whenever you ask, I wonder if this is in continuity, the answer is 100% of the time, yes.
So where does Endless Winter fit in? Is that in continuity?
Since it's before this, no. But after this, okay. Yes.
Oh my God.
No, this Endless Winter is a self-contained 9-part little maxi series just to have something to read during Mark Spector being snowed in for a few days.
Thank you, Carlito. I appreciate that, man. Here's what I want to say about Endless Winter. I read the first 2 issues, and they were great.
Just wait.
My plan is to pick up the rest of those when Future State starts if I don't like Future State. Because
This is it.
I did like the first 2 issues.
Dude, that book takes off in this. Like you're really just following him, but dude, Aquaman's about to bring the heat. And when they finally get into the backstory for the Frost King, super cool. They're finally diving into all that backstory and spending some time in the backstory with Hippolyta, the Viking Prince, Black Adam, and Avatar of the Green, because it's not Alec Holland, but Swamp Thing from thousands of years ago, and actually getting to see them in action. And dude, Black Adam's a bigger dick back then than he was now, dude. It's awesome.
Isn't he one that caused this? Him and Frost King had an issue.
Yeah. Well, what it is they like the story takes place in the time era. Like Black Adam got his power, the wizard already locked him up and stopped him from abusing his power. So they've kind of retconned it where Hippolyta, the Viking Prince, and Swamp Thing went to the wizard and asked him to release Black Adam because they need the muscle. Like he was the most powerful person on the planet back then. So they get him out. So he's not a team player, and they basically are running ahead of the problems and just letting Black Adam handle all the problems. He's a beast. But it's awesome. They're like, where's he at? And he just comes walking out of the fog, just throwing arms and legs out of his arms, casually walking. He's like, I slowed him down. I bought you all a little bit of time. Like, what? This dude's awesome.
Okay, now I need to read the rest because
I read Justice League Endless Winter, right? The first one.
Yeah,
and I was like,
that's just an intro.
Yeah, I was like, this is kind of cool. I could see like sticking on with this. And then I flipped to like the last page and was like, continue next in like Superman. And I was like, nope, I'm done.
Well, that's how they did it in order to make it fit into 1 month, where it's not tie-in issues. There's no endless winter one. It's just
the story just moves across different titles.
Yeah, and there's a couple of them like Teen Titans finished, but they did a Teen Titans special, and instead of including it in a Superman issue, whatever, because Superman finished up this week, so they couldn't put it in Superman, so they just did a special. So it's just 9 parts. Forget the title of the book that it's on. It's just Endless Winter Part 1, Endless Winter Part 2. The rest of the title means nothing.
Oh, so even like the Superman one has good characters in it?
It is one continuous story, like right off the bat from the first issue.
Right there, where like the whole thing like fell in, and
yes, every
whatever walked out.
Yes, and everyone kind of disperses after the blizzard sets on. Like they have to spread out. To like Superman's chasing down the avatars that come out of the ice. So he's dealing with that while Flash is trying to run and go get ahead of it. You know, they're all doing their respective parts, but in a global event, the Justice League isn't going to be standing shoulder to shoulder. They're going to spread out and fight to their strengths. So you've seen them spread out, and they're kind of converging back now in part 6. Yeah, part 6. It's really cool.
And Batman just has his bat coat on, shivering.
Yes. Yes. Did you read Deceased, this last Deceased, Bert?
Yes.
I have not.
Batman's there because he's Batman. Enough said.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought that was good. I thought it was going to end in issue 6 as the first run was only 6 issues, but this one's 7. So
yeah,
there's one more.
I'm stoked for it. I think it's not till after Future State though, or is it next month?
No, it's coming. It's coming out before that.
I hope so.
Pretty much everything's ending before Future State. So
I know that DC's dropping some of their books that are already outside of like their individual like standalone stuff. Like the Black Label stuff is still going to be coming out during Future State. Like Joker, Harley, Criminal Sanity, Hellblazer, issue 3, the final issue that Tom Taylor's writing, been fantastic. Beautiful artwork in it. Those prestige format books that Black Label comes out with are awesome.
So what's the latest on that news that you guys brought up earlier today in the chat in regards to Future State and the future state of DC overall?
DC was dropping like all kinds of information on like, all right, they're going to be doing more of like, you know how the Black Label books are, right? How they'll just be like mini series that are just completely free range writers, no hand side. They're doing a lot more of that, and they were dropping announcements on them. Like they're doing a Superman red and blue, where I don't know who the artist is. I have to go back and look again, but the entire book's drawn in red and blue, different hues of it, and it looked beautiful. And they announced a Joker standalone series going forward. And I don't know if it's going to be what kind of restraints it's going to have on it. I think there's going to be a whole new era with like unrestricted writers, because they can write whatever they want, base it off whatever point in history they want. And they're doing that whole Generation Shattered and Future Shattered few issues coming out during Future State. It's kind of setting the tone for what DC is going to look like for that open wide continuity. You know, it's going to be really interesting.
Are they trying to play off of kind of like the way indie publishers do their, you know, miniseries, 6 parts, 10 parts, and just kind of do?
Well, they're gonna have ongoing monthly titles like normal, but when they have all, I guess because of the success of Black Label, how are they going to try to integrate that in? And I'm guessing they might do away with the Black Label imprint, or either just imprint everything with Black Label that's not monthly, you know. And they're seeing a huge success on these people who aren't restricted. You know, look at 3 Jokers, perfect example of what we have moving forward. You have a random story. It's a mini series, brought in huge amount of readers. You had a top tier writer, a top tier artist, and he picked a random time in Batman's past and wrote forward on it.
It was great.
And for what it was, like I wasn't impressed at the time just because I was expecting something else, and I said it then. Like that was my fault for my expectations being in the wrong place. But it was a well done companion piece to The Killing Joke. It was fantastic for that. Like it was perfect for that. So now we have anybody who picks up a DC comic book to create on it has that same freedom John's just had.
It was a huge success for DC because it was the most printed book of the year.
Well, of course it was. There's 37 covers for each issue.
There was over 300,000 copies printed.
How many?
That's impressive.
Over 300K.
For each issue?
No, total for issue 1.
Oh, just for issue 1.
That's impressive, and there's only 3 issues, so that's not bad.
I want to say
I thought the biggest printed book for DC for this year was Detective 1000.
I really like the potential that you have in your head, Mark. I really hope you can get DC behind you on this, because your version of what they're doing sounds really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, that's what they say they're doing. That's what they say they're doing, though.
Yeah, it sounds good. I hope it works out. It's just, I don't know. I lose faith in these guys.
I don't think you don't have writers as good as John's on every title. You don't have the potential to follow up stories like The Killing Joke on every title, but you have unrestricted writers, and I think that's what DC's lacking. Look at Batman 105.
Detective Comics 1000. That had to have been last year, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, because that printed 525,000, but for this year, the Three Jokers was the highest printed.
Yeah, it's insane.
It is. Mm-hmm. It is insane. Should we talk a little Power Rangers and then get out of here? A little Power Rangers number 2?
Sure. Steve's got 9 minutes. He's like, let's make it happen.
I thought it was really good. I said this many times. It felt like Lost in Space. It felt like Lost in Space. The Mega Rangers are the Robinsons. Draken is Dr. Smith, who will just do anything to just get along. But they always got their own little plan. Something else has happened, and the Horde is the aliens. Which no one expected. You don't know what they want or anything, and I think it was kind of telling to see that they were getting their butts kicked and their costumes and whatnot, like torn to shreds in this issue.
Yeah, I really like the way it opened. Like, it set the tone pretty immediately. Like, as soon as I realized that Jason was explaining something, I was like, oh yeah, this is totally a horror story. Like, this is cool.
I like the way that they're taking it, because it's not
the way it opened. I thought it was Draken that had him down. I thought it was Draken that got him in that situation at first. That was my first thought, not aliens.
Yeah,
I don't think I necessarily thought aliens, but I was like, this feels like, I don't know, like very space horror stories almost always start with like, this is what happened, or this is how it all started, or something, So to me, like, immediately I was like, I'm not sure what's going on here, but this definitely, like, it felt like another genre piece, like in the first Power Rangers, we got like half the book felt very classic, and then it did that hard turn and turned into like a heist movie. And so then this one just kind of like picked up from there with like, now we're going to do a different genre. And I think that's really cool. I like the idea, because to me, that's where the MCU really took off, and where a lot of good superhero stuff is like when they do a genre piece and put superheroes in it, And so to me, that's one of the coolest ways to kind of revitalize Power Rangers and explore a new realm with them, is to like turn them into different genres and try to find how they would work in different genre settings.
I think that what they were doing at this issue is that we're like, okay, we can do the regular like nostalgic stuff with the Mighty Morphin series, because it's got the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. In this book, we can do whatever we want. We can try to bring in new people that are not Power Ranger readers, because if you're not, like, if you read issue 1 and you're not a Power Ranger guy, and you're like, okay, I only read issue 1, I don't need to pick up anymore. I'm telling you, issue 2 is really good. It felt like a TV show.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to ask that exact question, because I've never read any Power Rangers books, and I was going to ask if this is a good jumping on point.
So, I mean, you can read.
Yeah.
You can read issue 2 and be just fine. All you really need to know is that the Omega Rangers are the former red, yellow, and black Rangers from the Mighty Morphin team, and now they have Lord Draken, which is the evil green, like another dimension of the Green Ranger. And they're going off in space looking for these bad guys. That's
the
all.
Green Ranger who laughs.
He's basically the Green Ranger who laughs, and they basically take on these aliens. If you kill one, And you know what I mean?
I don't know.
So the Mighty Morphin series or the
Power Rangers.
Go on my book and look at it.
So the Mighty Morphin series is good. That's more nostalgia stuff. This is adult readers. For being Power Rangers, like it felt very adult, like very horror film.
Yeah.
So
that's something else I really liked about it.
Yeah, I will say this is the stronger one out of the two I like the most, is the Power Ranger series.
Yes. And
all about the Omega Rangers, man.
And what's crazy is that like I was all team Mighty Morphin, and I was like, I'm tired of the Omega Rangers. Just get them out of here. But I'll tell you what, putting them in their own book, where you can only focus, you'll need to focus on them. And then they added basically the Green Ranger who laughs, like you guys said. It's making it really interesting and good, honestly.
So who are the Omega Rangers?
Yeah, I mean, not really. I mean, maybe a little bit. He's kind of joking. He's more like Loki, in my opinion. More Loki.
The Omega Rangers are in the Power Rangers TV show from way back in the 90s. Eventually, 3 of the Rangers left the show. Yes. And so what they did in the comics to kind of keep them in the fold is they basically, whenever they left in the show, they went and formed this new Ranger team, more or less. And so those are the Omega Rangers. So it's 3 of the original Rangers, but now they're on another level.
Yes.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
Which I think is a lot better than the Mighty Morphin.
Peace Conference?
Yeah.
The conference.
Yes. Yeah. I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you what.
John.
We're like, gosh.
I didn't talk about my weight.
Did I turn my head again? Did I get big?
Like y'all were saying, like one thing I really like about what they've done with Power Rangers, besides just like the genre stuff, is that it feels like they kind of matured it and aged it up without like having to go into like more violence or more language or something, you know, like it feels like it's for an older audience, but in no way have they really changed what rating it would get if it was on TV or something, you know, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah. Like I said, it's very adult feeling. It feels like it's very much like Lost in Space. Like it feels like a Netflix show.
Mm-hmm. And like you said, the Mighty Morphin is more nostalgia based than Power Rangers is just its own separate. Like no one knows nothing about the Omega Rangers. People who haven't read the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger series won't know nothing about Omega Rangers when they start reading this. So it's just a good getting someone new to go with it.
And it looks like the series is about to go 2 different directions too, with the Omega Rangers kind of pushing it like forward in a new direction. The Mighty Morphin book looks like it's about to take it back to like Zordon's past and the whole things that transpired on Eltar thousands of years ago and everything. And they're attached to the Dark Spectre and everything, which I think is super awesome. So they're just kind of.
Is Draken going to be their servant and then basically save the Omega Rangers?
You had dinner, go to bed.
Or what's going to happen there? What do you guys think?
So I thought Draken was a bad guy.
He is. He's literally the Green Ranger from a darker universe where he never turned good. The Green Ranger started out a bad guy that he kind of broke the mental hold and became a good guy in the regular series, but in this alternate universe, you know, in this multiverse, there's a world where he stayed a bad guy and took over and started absorbing other power coins and other Rangers' powers, and so that's why.
So what happened is at the very end of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series, we'll see you later, Dave.
I gotta head out, guys. Sorry to interrupt. My son just woke up. I gotta put him back down.
Have a
good night.
Good night, everybody.
So what happened at the end of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is right before the split between Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers is that Lord Draken came back and he's been in prison. Oh, I missed a private chat. Whoops. He came back and he was being imprisoned. Well, the Omega Rangers were on their way back to Earth. And when they came back to Earth, they're asking about this new threat that they're facing. and no one knows anything about him except for Lord Draken. And they're like, okay, well, we need him. We need to take him so he can help us defeat this new bad guy. And Zordon is like, you are not taking him.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of Mighty Morphin #1, at the end of Power Rangers #1, they took him, and now Zordon in issue 2 of Mighty Morphin is pissed. He sent out stuff to everywhere in the galaxy to stop the Omega Rangers. And so yes, Draken is still bad, but it's making it. That's what I'm saying. It's making it interesting for that issue.
Might even be worse.
It's like, is he gonna help them, or is he not gonna help them? Does he have his own agenda, or what? So that I think
I feel like he's less evil and more of an opportunist. Like he wants ultimate power, and so he will do whatever it takes to get that. Like he will help the Omega Rangers if the other people are more powerful. You know, like whatever it takes to survive is what he's gonna do. I feel like he is like kind of the ultimate gray character in the sense like he doesn't really see things in right or wrong. It's all about like how do I survive and get more power. You know.
Yep, I thought it was
kind of like Loki, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I like what you guys are saying. I just picked up issues 1 and 2 digitally, so I'm going to check them out.
Tell me what
I think I'm going to do the same.
Yeah, I mean, I've been kind of jealous because you guys talk about the Power Rangers, and I'm just so out of the loop on it. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. But if this is a good point for me to kind of get into the story and start to understand the characters, I'm all in.
So you really don't.
That's why I wore my green Power Ranger suit today.
I think Mighty Morphin is a line that's going to pretty much stick with like traditionalists and like longtime fans. It's going to play into like all the tropiness and the things that you liked about the show when you were a kid. But if you're not like attached to all that, I would say just grab Power Rangers because
if you want something good to read,
yeah, especially if you didn't grow up with Power Rangers. Growing up, Power Rangers is a good story versus Mighty Morphin because like it's more nostalgia of Mighty Morphin.
Yes,
and that's really smart because you're getting the diehards, and then you're trying to get the new people. And you have both series going. That was a pretty smart move. I mean, this is Boom Studios, right? That's doing all this.
Yeah,
and I'm confident that Power Rangers is going to be good enough that even for those new readers, they're going to be like, well, I think I'm going to check out Mighty Morphin for the extra details. Yeah. We're about to get this awesome fight. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, with Tommy and questionable character who wears a green outfit.
What's his name? Ross Ritchie. Ross Ritchie, is that him? I think he was talking about what is it, 21 or 37 shows that's being picked up between Netflix and other places. So if these are doing good, I wonder if some of the Power Rangers or Mighty Morphin is one of them, or even both.
I mean, I've always heard that they're going to be doing like an animated show at some time on Netflix, and I know that they're going to come out with a Power Rangers movie at some point. But I don't.
Yeah, I heard that the Power Ranger movie reboot, like here, really, really recently, they announced that. I saw an announcement for that, and the TV show is supposed to be a companion add-on to it.
Yeah.
Who owns the copyright for Power Rangers?
Hasbro.
Haim Saban.
Not anymore.
No,
he sold it.
Yeah.
Again.
He sold it to Disney, and then he bought it back, and then he sold it
on the dollar.
Well, he sold it to
Hasbro,
right?
He made a lot of money both times. He made a lot of money.
Yeah, that's super wealthy. But what is interesting is the way that they make Power Rangers. They take Japanese footage and they cut it together with stuff they film here and everything. So they have to renew the license on that every like 2 years. Like they have 2-year licensing agreements to get the footage from Japan to use. Where it gets interesting is Hasbro last year decided not to renew it. Therefore, the series that they just announced, I think they're calling it Dino Fury. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the last one they're licensed to do.
That was like 4 years ago, right? That was like 4 years ago in Japan.
Dino Fury. Yeah, that was 2018. It was only 2 years ago. Okay. Good series, too. I really like that one. But that's interesting that they didn't renew the license because that means in 2021, that's the last year they're slated to have a Power Ranger show on TV. which would be a year, about the same year or the year before this movie would come out. And the way they're talking about this new Power Rangers movie is it's basically going to reboot the whole like TV and movie universe, and then they'll be able to do the movie to start a new show that they would be like completely original content, no longer derivative of the Japanese content.
Fantastic.
They're trying to take the Disney Marvel approach. We're like, okay, we're going to do the cinematic universe, but with the TV shows that are interlinked, like Winter Soldier and Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
And they should, rightfully so.
Yeah.
It's worked out so well for Marvel. Everybody eats it up, right? Sure, there's a couple shows and movies out there that's not for everybody, or you like it, I hate it, but there's something for everyone, and they're making so much money.
Oh yeah.
Well, and what's interesting is that Boom Studios is doing the comics, but it's a licensed property. Mm-hmm. However, they've experimented enough in this realm now. We're seeing this genre stuff with Power Rangers. Mighty Morphin has found the purists. They also had Draken New Dawn that experimented in this universe that could basically be turned into like a Game of Thrones style, like fantasy epic, So to me, that it kind of feels like that's what they're doing. They've done a couple of graphic novels that tell some other stories. If it were me, I would do this movie. Then I would do like a Mighty Morphin show that like really panders to the traditionalists, and then start just like popping off shows once that really gets established. We're gonna do Game of Thrones, and we're gonna do like space stuff. Like like they could just start doing all kinds of stuff because there's so much opportunity there. There's so much in that property that could be expanded out. So I'm interested to see how they do it.
She became the Lord Draken of that universe, and then she doesn't have her powers anymore at the end of Draken Run. No,
she's sitting on a planet powerless with the Dark Spectre making its way to her.
So it'll be interesting to see if they do anything with that.
Yeah.
And the thing too about Power Rangers, it's always been there. It's been going on for 30 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So
like 32 years, right? No.
Yeah, something like that. So they can pull from different stories, like you said, space. It's a whole bunch of space stories that they could choose from if they wanted to, or if they come up with their original concept, they actually want to.
Yeah, and what's it called? Hasbro, they own the animation studio that does Peppa Pig and all that.
Yeah,
so
that's not promising.
No, because that studio has done other stuff too. Like they're actually really good at animation. Peppa Pig is just one of their properties. So that leaves a pretty interesting opening for like some kind of animated property as well.
I will say that
big comic book collector. Sorry to cut you off. We were battling for this ASM 129 last week.
Did you win?
No, he got me.
What grade was it?
He still got a great deal for it. I mean, because that thing has to be a 9.4, easy.
Wow.
Yeah. So big up to you, man.
Sounds expensive. I'm happy with my 3.0. Oh shit! They were talking about the '95 movie over here. I will say that the skydiving scene at the beginning was cool, and then the rollerblading backwards. I mean, that movie was 90s nostalgia, man.
Honestly, that movie got me into rollerblading when I was that age, because just seeing them do that.
That and Mighty Ducks at the same time, like it was great. And
I got weak ankles. I could never get into that.
I'm too old for that too.
Yeah. What's really funny about that movie is Tommy JDF. He didn't know how to rollerblade. They had to use a double for him during actual rollerblading scenes. He could only just stand there and barely move.
That's funny because you look at his Instagram and he's just sitting there doing karate by a lake in the middle of the day. Who holds his camera? Like what poor sap follows him around holding his camera?
He tapes it to the wall, dude. You ever see those those time lapse videos that he does it like his signings? He just tapes it to the wall.
He's such a character, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
I need some new rollerblades. My daughter's been into skating and ice skating, and we'll probably go roller skating for her birthday.
Ice skating? What is that?
Did you not see that video?
Oh yeah,
Those are your poor relatives, man.
I showed it on Mark's channel the other day. My wife fell on one, and then my niece fell in the other video.
It was hilarious.
It's cold and it's solid. That sucks.
Let me see if I can find
his wife did like just a belly flop out of left field. She's going, then just belly flop.
It's amazing. Man. It's absolutely amazing. If I can find it. I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it. I don't know where it's at. It's somewhere, but it is funny for sure. Well, I appreciate you guys coming on. I had a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a great time.
It was good.
Learned a lot too.
Sean, I appreciate you coming on, man. That was a lot of fun having you on, dude.
I love the invite, man. I really appreciate that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I appreciate everyone else coming on too. Like, did you see those books he threw in? I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh, no, I didn't see the books he threw in. What did he throw in?
What did he throw in there?
As much as he paid for the 9.4, I'm sure he probably threw a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, it was a great chat. I had a great time, dude. And we'll do this again in 3 weeks because next Thursday is New Year's Eve. Sorry, Christmas Eve. The following Thursday is New Year's Eve, and I will be out of town for that one. So 3 weeks, we'll be back to talk some comic books. And I'm sure complain about Future State. And I'm sure we'll talk about King and Black and among other things and Power Rangers stuff. So it'll be fun.
You know what we won't be talking about is Batman 106.
Unless it's a dream sequence. Unless it's a dream sequence.
Yeah, it's a dream. It's all a dream.
It's going to be the 7th. Oh, crossover number 3. Firepower number 7.
Oh, really?
Hey, dude.
Yes. And Thor number 11.
That's what comes out that week?
Yes.
Dude,
that's a big week.
Yeah. That's
issue
a Marvel and 2 indies, so we're going to be way out of Steve's comfort zone.
Hey, issue 3 and issue 7 are huge issues in crossover, so be sure to pick those up.
Yeah.
If you saw that interview, yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I still gotta try to find that 1 in 100 that you showed me, Steve.
Oh, the McFarlane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna spend the money to get it.
See, you said you were going to last time.
The crossover.
The crossover, the McFarlane black and white sketch cover. It's a 1 in 100.
Also, you sold on crossover yet?
Am I sold on crossover? Crossover 1 was garbage, but 2 made it interesting.
All right, just making sure.
Now I'm looking forward to number 3. When I read number 1, I couldn't care less about issue number 2, but I got it. I read it. Now I'm looking forward to issue number 3. So,
I agree 100% with that, except now that I've read Batman 105, I don't consider crossover 1 to be total garbage.
Yeah, there's a new standard. There's a new standard in town.
Garbage has been adjusted quite a bit.
Right. Some people raised the bar. DC has lowered it.
Hey, Austin, if you want that 1 in 100, check out Comically Correct Comics. I just bought the 1 in 100, 150, and all of them for a great price, like lower than any other place. Comically Correct Comics.
Comically Correct.
Yeah, he's on IG. He does YouTube, but he has great prices.
Right on. I'll send him a direct message and say, "Give me a better deal than Yahweh got."
Andy, you look like you got to get out of here, bro.
No, I've got the Christmas tree over here. Here, I'll show you guys. And the kids are starting to put all the Christmas gifts underneath.
Oh,
I can't wait to see what I got.
I got
a sketch cover. You better be getting something.
That's true. I think they work something out. I think.
Yeah.
You should have been on the widescreen, Adrian.
Say what?
You should have been on the widescreen like you were on Sunday.
Yeah.
You had the whole.
That's on the GoPro. For whatever reason, the GoPro, like the computer that I have, the laptop, isn't fast enough to process the video capture card that I have. So I'm actually back on the Chrome, which ended up shooting a lot, clearer this time. And I switched over to a different internet. So
and he has more than one internet, more than one computer, more than one camera. Who are you, Brandon?
You done sold out.
You can't hide that money.
Yeah, hang on, my reception's no good. Let me go to the other house real quick.
He for damn sure has more than one kid too.
Four.
Gonna have extras in case something goes wrong.
Oh shoot!
Also worth noting on the 6th, Future State Flash #1 will be out, and Ninja Nun's Bad Habits Die Hard #1 and Scouts Honor #1 are going to be out as well.
Did you pick up Post Americana?
I have not. Of course, I haven't picked up anything technically.
Well, I didn't know if you got it digital or whatnot.
No, I haven't read it yet. The only thing I read was Batman, Power Rangers, and We Live #3, which was incredible.
Dude, I'm so stoked for that.
Oh, yeah.
The first two were fantastic. The second one was insane. And I already heard that, I hadn't heard any details about this one, but I heard that the direction that you think this book's been going completely shifts out of left field.
Yeah, this one, like, the first two kind of followed the same kind of formula, I guess. And this one, the formula was different. I was like, oh no, I told everybody this is good and it's not going to be good. And then the ending was just like...
I'm stoked,
oh my
man.
God. Yeah.
So far, I think me and you are the only two in the little people that I talked to that are reading it.
I read You Live.
I'm reading that.
Yeah.
Did you read #2?
I only read #2. I haven't read 3 yet.
Dude, that scene in #2 out of left field when they're in the algae. Like,
oh my God.
You thinking like this guy's about to be pulling him through the story. Like this is going to be the guy.
Though, man.
I thought he was going to be the guy that like is going to act all tough and bad, but like give up his own life to let them get on the ship at the end or something. And nah, man, this guy went out like a sap.
Oh, that scene was crazy. That's the first legitimate jump scare I've ever had.
Yes. Yeah. Like, whoa!
I hear people talk all the time about how like comic books can't have jump scares, and that came out of nowhere, dude. I was like, what?
It was awesome. See, what's crazy to think about is how many indie titles are out there that deliver like that. But I mean, this is all money that I just spent on DC this week. That's
I know.
Oh wait, there's more. Yeah.
It always blows my mind because you post like a haul video and I'm like, man, that's a lot of books. And it's like, but they're all DC. And then I talk to you, I'm like, oh yeah, because he only buys like DC on Tuesday and then he goes on Friday to get the rest.
Yeah, and I always look over stuff too. Like I forgot to put Power Rangers on this week's like pickup video. I forgot to put We Live on this week. Yeah, you let me know. Yeah. I missed a bunch of stuff trying to get stuff done in the like small time frames that I work with,
Yeah.
But like there's solid blood that I have in my pool box, and my LCS is super cool. So he's letting me get it for cover price. Nice. That's not counting my discount either. So that's fantastic.
Yeah, I heard a lot of stores were charging like $20-$30 for that book.
Yeah, that store that I sent y'all that picture who had that Werewolf by Night 32 for $800. That's the LCS that I don't subscribe at. That's the one that I'll go on my lunch break around the corner from work if there's a variant that I'm chasing or I just can't wait to read something. But yeah, they're not bad people. They just he comes from a family of pawn shop owners and it shows. So some people don't leave it. Yeah, some people don't leave any meat on the bone, and then some people just eat the bone too. It's just weird.
Well, hey guys, I got to take off. But Steve, thanks for having me, man. Always a pleasure. Everybody, have a good holiday.
You too, Austin.
Be good. We'll see you next week.
Happy New Year.
Later, Austin.
Safe holidays.
I think we're all about to get off here, anyways. Does anyone have anything they got going on their channel, or their Instagram. Yahweh, you got another crack and press thing tomorrow?
Yeah, I got some more coming up. I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for these slabs to come back. These I bought from it was the 1 in 25 Ronin 1 and then Bishart, and I got it both of them triple signed by what's his name, Eastman, and we got the other two.
Ben Bishop.
So
Ben Bishop.
Bishart, yeah, and forgot the other one. So I'm waiting for that to come back. So that video is gonna come out, and then I'll show all the different Ronin covers that I have.
That's awesome.
When are you gonna switch it over to YouTube?
You know, I don't know. I got to talk to you guys offline about that.
Okay.
To me, it's scary because you guys been doing this for so long, and I enjoy watching y'all. I just think it's a lot of work.
Steve started yesterday.
Yeah, I started yesterday.
Oh, you got.
Dude, I've been hanging out on here for like 2.5 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on a tablet and a cell phone,
Yeah,
dude. There's nothing professional about what I do.
Makes you feel a
Sometimes
little better.
it's just about the fun of making the videos.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I literally do everything on a Chromebook. So
Yeah.
That sounds terrible.
and it's not. It's pretty great.
I will say I shoot all my videos on my phone, but I do edit all of it on an iMac or a MacBook. So I do got that. I got nice.
I do 0 editing, just one take everything.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
You're not the only one, Mark.
I don't write scripts. I just wing it.
Yeah.
I got tomorrow. I got that Mighty Morphin #3 exclusive cover announcement coming. Saturday, I'll have that huge Venom CBCS unboxing from my LCS coming out. I think Sunday I'll actually finally take a day off, and then Monday I'll have a new Comic Book Day previews video, and then I don't know about after that. We'll figure it out. And I got an AOK coming from Robert Flash 6792. So that'll come out today.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Oh, I'm glad you
Sent
did
it out
that.
today.
Panda, I got that spawn that you wanted. I found one. Hit me up in the IG to give me your address. The lady spawn 9, is that it?
Oh yes. Angela, yeah.
Nice.
Angela, yeah. So I found one for you.
Oh, I appreciate it, man.
No worries.
Panda, you got your Sunday chat coming this week?
I do. I'm actually going to be dropping a video tomorrow too. Sometime in the evening. I'm editing the video right now on the other laptop, so I've got that going. I've got that going right now. I'm gonna drop it tomorrow night. Got my kids this weekend. We're gonna go shopping with the fam bam, and then on Sunday, I'm gonna do my Sunday mail call and hangout.
Nice. I like it. What time? 4 o'clock?
It'll be 5:30 Central Standard Time. So East Coast it'll be 6:30. West Coast it'll be what? 4:30, 3:30.
Yep. 2:30, something like that. I don't know.
3:30, yeah.
3:30, yeah. If it's at 5:30, yeah. I'll try to tune in. That is during the Chiefs game, but I'll do my best to tune in.
Comics are life and less football.
Flash, you got anything coming on your channel? Any more unboxing?
Not really. I posted a video the other day of my AOK from 616.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
And
was
then
good.
and then I'm hoping to have one more before the end of the year, but we'll see. I'm working on something.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nice. Ryan, what you got?
Yeah. Let's see. I just dropped a video this morning. My new comic book day list for next week. So that's there. I'll have a new interview up this weekend. I am talking to the Metal Shark Bro guys and Ninja Nuns on Tuesday, so that'll be up the following week. And then I have a blog post going up tomorrow. I'm actually going to finish writing it after this. And yeah, so a little bit of everything. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and I have a website, newguy.com. So it's pretty easy to find me and all the things I'm doing. So seek me out.
Nice.
Dude, Ryan, you are killing it with these interviews, man.
Yeah.
Your interviews are really good. You come up with some of the best questions. Like you don't even dude. You're really good with your interviews, man. I enjoy them.
Well, thank you.
Appreciate that, Bearded. Appreciate that. Mark, you got your Sunday stream coming too? Week's End?
Yeah, I'll have the at Week's End video, the live hangout this Sunday at 9:00 Eastern time. And then new comic book day, my pool list video I do on Mondays. And I've got a bunch of stuff. I mean, a bunch of stuff in USPS Purgatory because everything gets jammed up in Atlanta. I mean, bad.
Dude,
I've got a package been there for 3 weeks right now.
I saw a picture. It was just boxes everywhere and like 2 workers that looked just like overwhelmed.
Well,
it was like literally boxes everywhere.
And then I've now I talked to this. There's a local guy here in Augusta who did a little Indiegogo for his own comic, and he's got 2 issues out, and he's working on the 3rd issue. And I reached out and talked to him and got a copy of his issue 1 and 2 of his book. And I read the first one. I'm going to read the second one. Then I'm going to have him on hopefully sometime next week to do like a little 30-minute hangout interview, and I'll let him talk about his book and try to promote his book a little bit, whatnot.
Nice.
And then I'm working on trying to pump out a what is future state kind of video, just something kind of generic, just laying it out for the people who don't really know. For the people who didn't read the preview magazine that they sent out, that preview comic, just kind of just kind of a breakdown video on that and the timeline and the way that the titles are grouped together. Just, you know, because there's some decent sounding stuff in there, you know, whether you're a DC person or not. If you're not a DC fan, it probably should be more intriguing than if you are, in all reality, you know, because it's a step out of the norm. So I think there's some interesting stuff in there. I'm excited for the Batman stuff and excited for that Superman Worlds at War a lot. I just want to get something out there so people can check it out and maybe go find it and have some more people to talk to about it.
Do it. I think the 616 Comics is coming on my channel actually on Tuesday.
Nice.
So
nice.
Yeah. On that note, though, shout out to Comics Lounge for having me on his channel for one. But also he put up a video where he kind of explained, what was it, Venom 31, right?
I told y'all he does that for every King in Black issue. That's how I don't have to buy these
he does
things.
a really good like explanation of what's going on and what it all means. So like, since I'm only gonna read like King in Black 1 and 2 and wherever that goes, like he does a really good job of explaining what happens and all the other tie-ins and stuff, and like breaking it down so I know what it means when I get back to King in Black. So
yeah, and he's willing to buy the ones like the Union and stuff. He gets all of them. You might have to wait like an extra week on some of the tie-in stuff because there's a lot coming out. But it's like, that's the guy I told you about who lays the book down and the camera's just pointing at the book. Yeah. He's just sitting there pointing out the panels and hitting the speech bubbles that matter and giving you context to the characters that if there wasn't any before that issue, it's straight.
Mm-hmm. It really breaks down.
That's Comics with an X or a CS? Comics Lounge?
Comics Lounge? Yeah, it's Comics Lounge ICS. And there's one like Comic Lounge if you look on YouTube, but if you go down, there's another one. He's got like it's a white circle with
white and
spider,
black
right?
spider, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And he's the Comics Lounge 1 on Instagram. His name's Chris. Really good dude. Really nice guy.
I'll put it in our Burke fam chat real quick.
There you go.
Thank you.
There we go. Well, I appreciate you guys for coming on. I had a really good time for our last one of the year. Longest one we've had, I think, actually. Sure.
Yeah.
So Panda looks tired. Thank you guys for coming on. Seriously, it was a lot of fun, and it's always nice to have a few new people on here. And Flash, this is the first time you've been on here in a long time, and it was nice to have Mark Spector Comics and Austin, and obviously Sean. It was nice to have you on. And Mark, thanks for coming back again. And thanks everyone for coming on. Hey, what's up, Cadrano? Thanks everyone for watching. We had a great time. And as always, go Cats, Cowabunga, and it's more.